Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It is the end of the week. It is Sunday, and that of course means it's time for us to be jumping in to a little bit more Warframe. Hello Evo, how are you doing today? Hopefully all is well on your side of the world, wherever that be. Now, today, the stream title may not be giving too much away, what with it being the whole 4th of July, so happy Treason Day, you ungrateful sons of a... Anyway, yeah, what we're going to be doing today is living a little bit of the American dream. After getting the good old sortie out the way, you know, first things first, we'll be going straight on to gathering as much money as possible, even if it drives us insane. The American dream! So, that's the plan. I'm thinking Index is probably the best bit of that. You good? How about myself? I'm doing alright, thank you Evo. Absolutely splendid. Got a cup of tea in hand, ready to go. It's actually a little bit very hot at the moment, because I did make a tea before the stream, and then I realised in setting up all the stream programs and whatnot, I had drunk the entire mug of tea, so I went and made a new one just a moment ago. So yeah, that's how things are cracking already. We're on to God knows what tea number today, and I'm sure it's not going to be my last today either. That's just kind of how it goes, isn't it? Speaking of how things go, let's have a look at what we have got for today's sortie. We have a spy mission on Eris with electromagnetic anomalies. We have a disruption on Jupiter with enemy elemental enhancement, which element? And then we have a mobile defense on Ceres, Xmas Stronghold. Okie dokie. This one is a spy mission, it's always easy. Mobile defense, it's a mobile defense. It's going to be easy enough. This one, normally I wouldn't be concerned, but that enemy elemental enhancement, it depends on what element that actually is, but even then, reducing the elemental damage we can do, that could be a little bit threatening. So we'll see how this plans out. Might have to bring something a little bit stronger than just screwing around. I was saying, by the way, still haven't given up on what I said, at least for now. I figured you hadn't. I also figured it was more complicated than you initially thought based on your messages about it so far. But yeah, I tried looking into a couple of application supporters, helpers, that kind of thing. I found something which can read channel point redemptions, but it doesn't output to a text file. The best is maybe getting some kind of list array jury rigged up to do it, but then how do you get said list array from such a pre-made program to then condense it down to how many tickets an individual has actually purchased, rather than creating a repeating list of different names, or sometimes the same name. So yeah, that gets a little bit beyond me. I tried having a look. I might have another look another day, but it's beyond me. Well, let's get in with this mission. So first things first, we do need to grab ourselves a actual spy frame for this. Let's grab Wukong. You know what? We want to do this nice and quick, and Wukong is how we do things quick around here. Let me just make sure I haven't messed with this build. I have got a hole in it. Wow. Not quite sure why there's a hole in this build, but it is still a fully functional build. It's just, yeah, I've not formatted it to fit any more function into it, I guess. Now, I'm looking at this. I've got my normal build, I've got my speedrun build. I think speedrun's probably better. I mean, it's not very different at all. Just a bit more efficient and a bit less healthy. It's probably just better. Better for what I'm looking to use it for. So, let's make this happen. Now, if you do want to be joining in on today's sortie, you know the drill. You can pop on it into the squad. Either bring yourself in directly or send me a message and I can invite you in. We'll be getting going in just a moment. Zoptronic, hello, how are you doing today? Now, in terms of the credit gain that we're going to be doing today, I am going to be mostly focusing on the index because it's just a nice reliable source of cash. I don't much feel like diving into Railjack. Firstly, it can be a bit buggy. Second, something about just the gameplay loop doesn't appeal to me all that greatly. I know it can give you credits as well as endo and intrinsics and this and that and the other. It doesn't quite sit right. I don't know what it is. So, sortie first. Next. That's the plan for the day. We've got Wukong. Oh, it's a quadruple Wukong. Oh man. You know it's a sortie spy when. Should probably claim a location. I'm going to just say B. In honor of Mr. Beardface, who still is not available to be with us, I think. I will be taking B. And somehow I have gotten far ahead of these other Wukongs. Like, not just a little bit. I'm quite far ahead of them. That's fine with me. I just need to get to B and get it done. These guys can easily get A and C done because they're Wukongs. What possible problem could they encounter? Okay, not sure why my character's dicking around right now. I'm not appreciating that. Ooh, okay, nearly got caught by that camera there. There we are. Subtronic saying, got Mesa. She is both fun and dull at the same time. Don't know how to describe it. What's the Grand Boy farm? Fair enough, and I do know what you mean with Mesa. She is exceedingly powerful. Unfortunately, she is exceedingly powerful with very little effort. And that is where I believe a lot of the problem comes in from. Which way is to C? Oh, C's already been done. Well, C was probably this way. I think. No. I don't know which way the exit's going to be, so I'm just going to head... Nope, not this way. This way, I guess. Oh, no, I was the wrong way. Never mind. But yeah, Mesa is exceedingly simple to use, and that is part of the problem. If you want just huge damage output, you're fine, but if you don't want just huge damage output, you're not quite so fine. They would say, I mean, there are ways to get it, have to learn new things, or new programming language, which you don't know. I mean, that's understandable. You just don't know how to get it without your brain exploding. Fair enough, fair enough. I have faith in you, Evo. I have faith. And Zomtronic has also grabbed themselves 4 of those Riven raffle tickets, which reminds me, I don't think I actually updated which one it was today. Let me just grab that real quickly. Actually, certainly I didn't update it, so I'm going to need to update that now. Yep, there we go. It is now updated. There you are, Zomtronic. That is updated onto there for you. Yeah, if you're ever feeling a bit hazy, a little bit off things, then absolutely. Mesa is a very simple way of kind of going about stuff. It's similar to Lavos in that regard, in how Lavos you can just kind of walk through a mission. You don't even have to think about abilities if you don't want to. You just kind of get stuff done. But if you do want to be more actively engaging with your abilities in the game, Mesa is a little bit too simple at times. Let's see, the enemies have magnetic damage, so that is an absolute pain when it comes to having energy. Naturally, the answer to that would probably be Lavos. Now, Lavos' kit is entirely elemental, so it is seriously weakened by this, but not having to worry about energy issues and just having a tank that's always on is definitely a very helpful thing for this. So, let's build around that. Let's build around the fact that abilities are not going to be saving the day. Now, I think part of that then will be by quickly grab Lavos here, using not my standard Lavos, but going for the Mecha Lavos. I lose a tiny bit of range. I'm sure I lose something else in the process. Oh yeah, and it is the Aura. Aura I normally have is Corrosive Projection. We're switching out to Mecha Empowered. Because of course I'm then also going to swap out to Huin, which is my Mecha set companion. The reason I'm going for this then is that I can focus on dealing much more slash and having that spread to the enemies. And in part of doing that, I'm of course going to bring something which can deal a lot of slash, which is good old Blade Prime. Blade Prime with Prime Fever Strike, which will still carve through the corpus like there's no tomorrow. This is just ideal for it. In terms of other weaponry then, the Fulmin should be just fine on the all-purpose build, just leave it where it is. Same with the Observe. Just kind of leave it where it is. Don't need to do anything too fancy there. As for this, I think Secret Vazarin is also just fine, really. Yeah, this will do us just fine all round. Oh yeah, Titania definitely does have a bit of an issue of clipping into places she shouldn't be, or at the very least, bouncing around like a ping pong ball all the time. If you ever really want to feel like you've lost control over your place in the universe, grab yourself Nova and start portaling everywhere, especially in elevators. The next thing you'll notice is that you've just kind of left this plane of existence. Hello, Friendly Catlick, how you doing today? We're just on the second part of today's sortie. After that, we'll be doing some good old credit farming. I've said earlier that the credit farm is in honor of it being, you know, July the 4th, Happy Treason Day and all that lot, and so we are living the American dream of just getting all the money we can with no sanity left over. But also, I do actually need the credits as pre-farming because of the upcoming update. We're going to have mods which are going to need a load of credits and endo to fully upgrade. I've got the endo. It cost me quite a bit of platinum, but I have the endo. And I realised I've made a mistake here. I built for the Corpus because I was like, oh yeah, Jupiter, Corpus, yeah. No, this is a sortie. This is infested. Right. Okay. Slight change of plans in how I'm doing this. In that I should be relying a lot less on the Toxin and a lot less on consistent slash procs. The Infested do definitely weaken the mecha set, at least with the glaive approach, because they die before I can hit them with a slash proc. At least a very big one. Oh, I hear you. And here we see the other issue. They just kind of tank. Let's lock them in place. And keep on hitting them until they accept that the damage I'm dealing is enough to kill them. We're saying, by the way, that program gives you an array. You can send me the thing when you have time. Yeah, I can send that over to you. I'll need to find in my history what I had actually found there. But yeah, absolutely, I can send whatever that is over to you. It's some GitHub repository of stuff which looks pretty damn comprehensive, except for the whole it can't write to a text file, which is actually how the Riven Raffle ticker shows up on here. I just update a text file, hit save, and there you go. Now it's placed correctly. Don't have to worry about any formatting. I've pre-formatted the lot. But yeah, so with it not being able to write out to a text file, I would need to then instead reformat it. Is it JavaScript? I think it is JavaScript, yeah. Yeah, I think it is JavaScript, Evo. This way. Hello, you. Prepare to get murdered. You know what, let's put some viral on this. Alright, I didn't see any viral procs. That one's immune to viral. Good to know. But yeah, as I say, the one I was looking at, it can't write to a text file. It can write to its own internal variables and lists and arrays. And so the way it would work for me there... Oh, and then it can also output to an OBS text source. We got two incoming. I'm going to focus this one. Alright, let's... Yeah, as I thought. Reactivated second when no one had yet demonstrated the ability to solo it. Excellent! Okay, that's great. That's amazing. Now we have to be here a little bit longer. Couldn't just hold the key, could they? That's fine. We'll get to it. We'll just have to take a little bit longer. Yeah, ideally, all I'd need is a program which can read the incoming stuff, the incoming Riven Raffle tickets, or any kind of output like that, and turn it into a text file. And I might be able to figure that out, but it's going to take me hours because I don't actually know it. You were saying, well, you see, the problem is that need actual data. The format doesn't matter because it's easily transformable. Right. I'm going to pretend like I understand what the problem is there. Yes. Let's just stack up all the heat procs on this. Because those ones we can just keep refreshing, and that should deal quite a bit of damage. There we go. Not ideal weaponry for this, especially when it is a, you know, elemental enhanced sortie. But we get there in the end. We get there in the end. But yeah, it does seem that these units are all completely immune to the viral I'm looking to put out, and that's infested disruption for you. In a nutshell, you can't rely on viral. Coming from up this way. Hold it in place using that Magus tether. Ideally, I think gas damage is what these guys are weak to, followed by slash. The thing is, the slash I normally have access to is from the heavy attacks, and they are pretty resistant to singular hard hits, which again makes it a bit more difficult. Domtronic saying, did my first index, makes 500,000 credits and 1.8 million needed. Fully upgrade Hornet Strike and Prime Unit Charge seem a little bit less bonkers. That's very right, yeah. Oh great, we've done the whole doubling thing again. Well done, Huzzah, well done. I mean, it was close onto each other, but still. Not a great reaction time. But yeah, credits are very rarely the limitation on mods as soon as you figure out how to do the index properly. What is the limit at the higher tier is Endo. Let's just tear this one and start taking it down. Oh, that is tanking. Okay. There we go. Now I can work on slowing this one down. That the other one was weakened. This one we burn through a lot easier because their armor can be stripped away.
Satisfied customer.
Yo, Sir Dojius, thank you very much for the follow. Glad you're enjoying the channel. And that's why today, in terms of ranking of mods, that's why today's is getting loads of credits. What we're doing today, because it's the final bit of the pre-farm I need to do before the new mods come out. I have purchased around 200,000 endo in the form of Iron sculptures. Don't ask how much that cost, it was a bit. So that I didn't have to farm for however many hours of getting all that endo. I could just, you know, have it. Oh, you're absolutely Zomtronic. You should be able to build Former continuously now you have Mason Prime. That should not be an issue whatsoever for you now. Alright, DD. I do call it treason, because it's funny that way, quite frankly. I'd get political about it, but this is a stream, so we'll pass on the politics a little bit. Despite it being a very political name. But yeah, whilst the British history is exceedingly dirty, to put it very simply, we do have an exceedingly dirty past as a country. We're at a point now where we can, you know, smile and laugh it off and ignore half the atrocities that happen actually still to this day. Yeah. Again, it's hard to not get too political on that line. So, to those of you who support it, happy Treason Day. And to those of you who are forced to support it, happy Try Not to Trigger Your PTSD Day. Here's to the fireworks you don't want to hear. Make sure you go and give all your dogs and cats a nice big hug to let them know the world is in fact not ending. Yeah, of all the sortie missions, I would say that that disruption one is probably up there for one of the hardest. I think Toxin Enhanced is probably the hardest one because it bypasses your shield gating. That can really mess with a lot of builds. Magnetic is a damn hard one for disruption because of that energy drain really limiting what people can do. Because if you take hits, you're going to get with magnetic procs very quickly. And they are not easy to deal with if you're not careful. Final stage then, we have this mobile defense, and I'm going to bring up the prediction straight away. I'm going to remember it this time. What reward do you think we're going to get from today's sortie? Is it going to be an Anasa sculpture or some endo, or is it going to be literally anything else? And whilst you have a think on that, let's grab a frame which is neither Lavos nor Wukong. I did both of those today. Let's use my third most used, Equinox. Why not? Perfect. I do need to rebuild this though, because I've been messing with the build for a very low level usage, and this is no longer low level. Let's take out Augur Reach. Let's get in some... Yeah, let's get some vitality onto this one. And then... Let's see, I can take out an actual talent. I can't quite fit that with this. Okay, I don't need a Cunning Drift either. Oops, didn't do that. Don't need a Cunning Drift, there we go. Now I can get the Prime Sure-Footed to avoid knockdowns. Energized Consequence, we don't want the Consequence, we want to have Grace, plenty of healing on demand, because I don't want to be switching over. I'm trying to say so far, Titania feels better for Index than Mesa. Doesn't surprise me. Mesa has the issue of becoming basically immobile for her damage, whereas Titania becomes more mobile for her damage. Yeah, doesn't really surprise me on that side. Also, there's a whole vacuum thing. He was saying, do you know that Romania actually switched parties right before the end of the Second War so you could be on the winning part? Oh, well, fair enough then. Post-migration? I didn't even join the mission. Try that again. Let's try that again. I can force... Oh, for goodness sake. How are these people voting against starting? What's going on here? Start the mission. Thank you. Jeez. Sometimes Warframe just completely loses its mind, and part of that is because of absolutely god-awful UI design. Because you got the button to confirm, yes, I want to play this mission on the vote, and the button to say, no, I don't want to play this mission. But if someone presses the force start, the no, I don't want the mission jumps into where the yes, I do want the mission was. But the very next thing you know, you're actually pressing no rather than yes, and it screws the whole thing up. And then somehow you get a host migration when there's not even been a thing to host yet. Yeah. Go figure. Oh, there's a scary sight. This build does not handle disruptors very well. But it does handle the infested quite well. As long as they're not a disruptor or disruptor benefiting. Oh yeah, I've still got the mecha set on my companion. I was wondering, hang on, why do I see a mecha symbol? Yeah, of course, he's still going to have 2 bits of it active rather than 4, which is a lot less powerful, but it's still a thing. Yeah, if there aren't disruptors in the way, Equinox easily handles the infested. Oh, you find yourself running around with a total of 80 health. That's a lot of health to have in the index, not gonna lie. That is a lot of health. Speaking of a lot of health, I had 128,000 stacked up on main there. Oops. Ah, more UI bugs. Excellent. Yeah, I think with Wukong, I'll usually get down to around about like 25 health. Something like that. I mean, we'll see shortly when I head on over to the index. That is just beautiful to me every time. You can see why Equinox is my 3rd most used frame, and not just because I got it pretty early on. But just the whole, oh yeah, I'm just gonna, you know, press my 4th ability and now everything within, what, a 30-meter radius is dead? Like so. If anything survives, it's because either it spawned after the explosion, like maggots and spawn things from boilers, that kind of stuff, or there's an ancient disruptor screwing up the math. Usually the latter. I mean, just look at that. Just complete area denial. Oh, denied. Life denial to the infested. It's very easy to get a lot of work done with Equinox. She's not so great against the Grineer, because she only scales with base hit point damage dealt, whereas the Grineer obviously have armor reduction. Sorry, damage reduction through their armor. But the Corpus, and especially the Infested, Equinox takes no prisoners. That's why she's great. Oh, one thing survived up there. Either an Xmas or a Disruptor. I'm trying to say, do have Aviator on Titanium, so it's a bit more than that effectively. I mean, yeah, effective hit points are always a thing. Or if there is room, if there is room, mind if I join the next farm? Yeah, you're absolutely welcome to join the next farm. As always, when I'm on Warframe, everyone's welcome to join in if they're on PC and able to actually join the mission. With a scant number of exceptions if I am making a point around solo. I think that's the first time I've got a hit. One of the first, anyway.
Here is a terminal.
But yeah, when it comes to the index, I've got it to a point where, honestly, it doesn't matter if you are completely new and green to it. It's not going to slow me down. It'll make the spawn slightly bit more chaotic than not having someone in, but that's honestly not a problem. I have a dedicated Wukong, a dedicated Fallen build, all set up and ready to go when it comes to index, so no problem whatsoever. That's a Clem. Can't shoot Clem. Now I could be using my Empower ability. You know what I actually should be? There we go. Flying Power, Pacify and Provoke. It's only 14% strength, because this is a low strength Equinox build. Maim is just very effective. But I'm still giving out a little bit of a bonus to everyone, which is an extra 7% on Raw. $15 more seconds, and then we'll be done, and we'll see who is right on today's prediction. I noticed that Evo seriously seems to think we're going to get anything other than an Endo Source today. As in, what's that? Nearly 2,500 channel points invested, I believe. So, we're going to see. And yes, I have Vile Rush on my Equinox because, honestly, it's free to cast. Great amount of mobility, a little bit of crate explosions as well. It just suits her. X3 pick a random frame. Okay, that's going to make the index slightly more interesting. Having a random frame for it rather than a dedicated one, but we'll see how it goes.
Excellent work, Tenno.
And would you look at that, Evo, you are once again correct. How many predictions in a row have you got them correct? Because, yep, that's a Kitcom River mod. That falls straight under the anything else category. I swear you can see into the future. Oh, congrats on Tronic. You got yourself your Gorse finally. It's good news. There we are, salty over. Let's have a look then. X3, what frame have you forced me to use for this mission? Let's have a quick Gandorino and the spinner. This should be every frame. Yep, there we go. Let's have a look. You are going to have me use Lavos. Okay. Rather than my most used Warframe, I'm going to have the second most used Warframe. Lavos it is for a sortie. I can handle that. I can absolutely handle that. Let's switch into Lavos. Gorse is a very good frame, Evo. You're absolutely right. Gorse is a very good frame. Now, going up against the Index, we don't really need corrosive projection. Their armor is not that strong. I don't need to worry. What I'm going to have is enemy radar, so I can actually see where they're coming from. Foreman, we want to get the Index build for the Foreman. This is going to need updating soon, but it'll work for now. And seeing as I'm not running with Wukong, I might as well just keep these other bits and pieces on. I am going to switch off the glaive though, because I don't want it throwing around when I'm trying to do a slam. Let's see, what do I want to bring? Going up against the Corpus. I'm going to bring a quick heavy Stropher. So we don't want the Blood Rush one, we want, not the Blood Rush one, we want... Do I not have one? I not build one? Okay, sorry. Okay, I won't use a trophy. I can't be bothered to make a build, so I'll grab Redeemer. Fine game. No, no. Yeah, there we go. Okay, cool. That's what I was looking for. I'm trying to say it's going to be weird going to Gorse and be slower than my other frames. With the field of view change, it should be okay for you. So we are jumping into the index now. If you do want to be part of fighting through the index, get yourself a whole bunch of credits. Now's the time to join the squad. What I'm going to do actually is grab myself a credit booster. I'm going to be doing this. I want to be doing it properly. Let's get a booster. There we go. Nice and easy. Zomtronic, you said you wanted to join into the squad, right? We're heading over to the index now, so now's the time. Same goes to everyone else. If you do want to get yourself some credits, get yourself some gold mods, or honestly just dick about on Neptune, because why not? I also apparently have a reblade blessing, which is nice. Probably not going to care about that one too much, but it's nice.
There I go again, giving you too much.
Zomtronic, you about? I know you're about, but are you about as in joining this? Otherwise I'm going to get straight onto it. It's nice to have a cup of tea. Alright, cool. I'm going to get cracking then. If you want to join in on the future rounds, let me know. We got a public squad here. That was incredible timing. That was incredible timing. Well, I'll catch you on the next one, Zomtronic. Oh, you were trying to make a sandwich. Alright, well, I'll catch you on the next one. So we've got levels for this one here. I'm running a public squad. What have we got here? We got Frost, Nova, Mirage. That is not even a fully ranked Nova. A fully ranked weapon there. That Mirage should be absolutely fine for us if they're suitable what they're doing, if they're thinking about what they're doing. The others, no idea. Oh shit, nearly fall off from that. Now with this format, I don't really need to think too hard when playing this round. I just kind of end up on the enemies and kill them. Let's get rid of that. Those things annoy me. Thank you for the point. Yeah, I knew that one was a fake. We got this Frost picking up 9 points at the moment. Is it 9? Has he got? Yeah, he's got 9 points on him. Alright. I have trust in the Frost. And they're going to get the guys around that side, so I'm going to just hunt a different side from them. This always feels faster to me solo than in public squads, but I don't mind doing the publics. A little bit of contribution back to those who struggled. But once it was me who struggled in this mission. He stole my point. Another good thing about having enemy radar on this one is for those invisible enemies, because I can still tell they're there. My map does not lie to me. I actually couldn't see through that mess. That was my own doing there. Alright, I see you. I see you. There you are. Got him. Got him again. There we go, 15 points. Let's turn these in. So when it comes to the index, you want to be turning in at 15 points if you can survive it. If you're struggling to get to 15, then turn in at either 10 or 5 to be the most efficient when it comes to bonuses. So at 5 index points you turn in, you get 2 bonus points. At 10 you get 4. At 15 you get 8. And at 20 you get 10. I think at 20 is the cap on those bonus points. So 15 gives you the biggest bonus. That's why it's recommended to turn in at that stage. keep, that's mine. Let's get rid of that. Translocator thing. Cannot hide from me. Now you can see on the bottom left, sorry, top left of my screen now, it says wager target 48 out of 100. I have index points 5, banking bonus 2. I'll get 2 extra points for turning in these 5. Yo, Static, hello there. Saying love YouTube vids, man. Really helped me out a ton. I'm glad they do.
Satisfied customer.
And thank you for following. Glad you're enjoying the channel. Welcome indeed. Today is pretty much going to be an index day, so if you got any questions about that, I can do perfect demonstration straight away for you. Maybe not a perfect demonstration, but a demonstration. Otherwise, yeah, welcome indeed. Either confirming 20 is the cap, 15 is most efficient. Yep, exactly what it said there. Perfect. You can really see the value of this enemy radar right now. I can tell exactly which way I need to be going to get the enemies which are nearby. That definitely speeds up your clear time. You're probably used to having an enemy radar on your companion, so you need to put it onto your frame specifically for this mission. There we go. That turned in 23 points. Hey, very welcome, X3. You are very welcome. There's not really a reason for me to use Lavos' abilities around here, because I've got Fullman just kind of, you know, one-shot kill to most targets. Certainly on the first stage. When we get into the later waves, that's when it becomes a little bit more difficult. I usually recommend doing just the first 2 rounds with the Fullman, and then resetting. Just because the enemy health starts to scale up a little bit more, that it gets a little bit more risky. And this is a game where you don't really need to take those risks. If you want to run longer for the hell of it, go for it, but you don't need to, so don't. I'm not going to suggest you try and flex your muscles just for the hell of farming. That'd be silly. And one little trick I suppose you can do with something like Lavos, let me just get rid of these guys, there we go, is use his 4th ability to help spot enemies which are further outside of your view by seeing where the damage hits. Now, I've hit absolutely nothing there, so that told me sweet F all. Well, the best weapons for the index are either a very good Titania build or the Fullman. In my Fullman build guide, I've given you a build specifically for the index. I'm going to dip out on this one. That build for the index should be the one I'm using right now, in fact, and as you can see, it just cleaves straight through the enemies. They're at that level that you can one-shot them with ease. Just make sure you aim for the head to skip that shield gating. Yeah, if we have a look at last mission results there, going around there as Lavos. Normally has the actual proper ending, the index styled one. Where'd the index style ending go? Because these stats are often incorrect. I mean, even taking them as is, you can see here 43 kills to these guys, 6, 11, 26. 2, 1 and 1 deaths as well. The Fullman holds its own pretty damn nicely. Let me show you what that build looks like whilst I invite Zomtronic here. Here is the tool of the trade. Now, it is a very high former cost. It's not a full 9 former, but it is, I think, 8 former to get to this full build here. You don't need the 8 former in terms of fitting, say, Vital Sense, Point Strike and whatnot. I use those former for these other builds as well. This build altogether, this will cleave through them. The main bit that makes it different to other builds is your damage type selection. Radiation Cold. The radiation absolutely smashes the Armor of Corpus indexed units. All of them are weak to radiation, so this does amazing work against them. And then in terms of cold and radiation, that's also powerful against their shields. So that combination together absolutely shreds them. There's basically not a better alternative. With the way it works, they are 75% weak to radiation, which is the same as them having 75% less armor. You would need to nearly fully stack corrosive procs to get other damage to be as effective against them as radiation would be. That's how strong it is. So yeah, that's why I recommend this particular build. We've gone for the wildfire. It gives me a magazine capacity, brings this up to 72. It's one extra shot in the semi-auto mode, which again, just helps with the kill times. Done the Lavos run, let's switch over to the Index Wukong, for which I have a specific Index build. The main thing for this Index build is basically just having enough survivability to get about. The Thief's Wit, that's Loot Radar. I don't know why I have Loot Radar on here. I must have changed that at some point. I don't actually need Loot Radar, so that can go. I think I use that normally for mod hunting. But what you want actually is Enemy Sense. More ordinarily, you want Enemy Sense. I've got Vigilante Pursuit here, and because this is V polarity, I've gone for Rifle Amp just to buff up the damage of the Foreman ever so slightly. But in terms of auras, you can go for pretty much anything in this slot. You can go Power Donation to help out your allies, go Steel Charge if you want to. Doesn't really matter in terms of the aura. It's mainly having those bits there for the Enemy Sense, and also a little bit of a crit boost to primaries. Rolling Guard for that defense, that is very, very helpful. And Rapid Resilience, believe it or not, is also very good on the Index. Because you'll occasionally come across a pretty hefty electric proc, by reducing the status duration down that 62.5% there, you only need it at that 62.5. The first tick will take off all your shields if it's strong enough. The second tick will be running up against your shield gate. The third tick will run up against your shield gate, and after that, it's gone. Because you've taken out all of the duration of the proc. So that's why I use this one on here. In effect, that acts as a kind of very weak version of Rolling Guard, which means you don't need to dip into your health quite so often. It's a very good survival tool. And using Wukong, I always take off all of these other weapons. You just need the Foreman, so then my clone will also use the Foreman. I haven't subsumed any abilities because, quite frankly, he doesn't need them. So I just don't waste the time thinking about it. With that set, Focus School, again, I don't care about it, don't need to. Let's get these running. Let me show you how this works out. This isn't the most powerful setup you can have in the game. I think Titania is the most powerful in terms of solo runs. In terms of ease of use, it's right the way up there. On top of the fact that, yeah, Wukong has 3 extra lives. You just can't go wrong with that. Let's go. Alright, so first things first, I always jump over to here. This is where Zeneric would come in helpful. You could just use a Void Dash. Can't be bothered. I'll just wait for this to pick up. Away we go. We get to where the enemies are. You can see them on the radar very far away. And you see already the value of having that clone. Look how many kills I'm not getting. They're being gotten for me. Where did that point go? So that is the idea with this here. I just heard something get killed behind me, but it's fine. I'll just be over here instead. So the idea with the Wu clone is that it doesn't just double your damage by having 2 Foремans. It's an aimbot. It's going to get kills I'm not even thinking about. And one thing you do want to pay attention to as you're moving around with this is, if you can, continuously go for those energy orbs. You keep your energy up, you have in a pinch if you need it, quick speed along to your next target. And take out those translocators, they mess with your spawning and trapping the enemies. Oh, one spawn behind me, it's probably already dead, yep, there they are. Oh yeah, Celestial Twin is completely nuts. I could probably go through an entire Index mission without firing a single shot. Celestial Twin would just take care of it. 14 points, let's grab the 15th, there we go. Grab the energy and zoomies. Okay, that was not how I was supposed to land, but I'll grab the extra point whilst I'm here, there we go. I'll be honest, Anubitan, that's not something I've paid attention to. For many reasons. Grab that point, don't mind if I do. That was a fake Titania. Yeah, doing well, thank you very much. Hope you're doing well yourself. I'm going to be farming up credit today in honor of the American dream. Getting money and going insane whilst doing it. Yeah, Wukong is pretty damn nice. You've got Defy for that extra armor, which is great in missions unlike this one. You don't really need it here. The whole point is not to get shot in the first place at Index. Get rid of the Translocator. He is a very powerful frame, and that's a good reason to have him as a second most used for myself. He's just damn powerful. Are you getting helmet fodder today? Fair do, fair do. And this is one NPC I don't like. The one that spawns these Nemes, or whatever they're called, drones. They are so much clutter on the minimap. Like, oh wow, look at all those index points I can go get. Nope, it's just going to be a single enemy and a bunch of drones. Look at this trash. Again, the Wukong don't care, he just kills them all.
Another satisfied customer.
Yo, Medicinus, thank you very much for the follow. Glad you're enjoying the channel. What's my most used frame? I think my most used is, in fact, Wukong here. Second Lavos, third Equinox. Where'd that point go? Oh, there it is. We sent him flying that hard with the shot. If I just quickly show us here. 44 kills so far. 44. I'm pretty sure I've not got 44 kills myself. A lot of that is going to come down to the Wukong. And yo, Anthoromochi, thank you very much for the follow. Glad you're enjoying the channel. Nihil saying, somehow got another Wukong Prime blueprint, don't know how. They just kind of fall out of relic somewhere. Evo, Lavos was never my most used. I was amazed when he became my third most, considering how recently he was released. Then he became my second most used. But he's not first yet. Wukong is still the top for me. And people talk about Rhino being a carry, new Wukong, as some veterans will call it. Wukong is basically a carry frame. Because he can do a little bit more than just survive a couple hits and give you some bonus damage. Not only can he give you bonus damage in the form of his Wukong, you've then got Cloud Walk and Defy on top. You can heal yourself, you can bypass basically anything spy related. You can gain bonus armor on a whim. Go invulnerable on a whim, you know, it's great. This is saying, really enjoyed the YouTube videos. If you're going to check the stream, I mean, it's always a good place to be, absolutely. Love your analytical approach to guides and explanations. Keep it up. I will do. I'm glad you love them, my dude. I've been very much resource gathering in preparation for the update. I've finally completed all of the standing farm with the Rarity family. Finally got that up to max because I've been putting that off. Got all the endo, got all the credits. Actually, no, we're getting the credits right now, but got all the endo. So shortly, when the update comes out, I should be able to pick up all of the mods, max rank them straight away. I've got enough endo on the assumption that they would cost as much as a gold mod to rank up. I'm hoping they don't cost that much, but you know, they are endgame mods, so it's reasonable to expect they'll cost as much as golds. Despite the fact that they look kind of bluish. That's the prep there. Something seems to be staggering me at Raptor, I'm not sure how. Oh, I've just lost my phone, let's just summon another. Perhaps one of the most ridiculous things about this is that for the cost of 25 energy at base, you can just re-summon this dude who is an aimbot with your own weaponry. I mean, there's no energy upkeep, it's just, oh, what's that, it went wrong? Alright, bring me a new one. What's that? He has more health than me? Yeah, I suppose that's perfectly balanced. The only real downside to the Wu clone is that he'll use your melee if you have one equipped instead of your gun, or your gun instead of your melee if you're using melee, which is why I take off the other weapons. Where'd that point go? Where'd that point go? Oh, there's some points over here, I'll just take those instead. No, I want that point now, I need just one more. There's one. Thank you. Bam. Come on, I can't aim downwards properly enough. There we go, I got it. And you're saying, Wukong has no right to be my most used frame. It's not even my favourite, just too ridiculous to refuse. I mean, yeah, I get you on that. I absolutely get you. I'm not aiming for the head here, so I'm being a bit stupid. There we go. You can see how the enemies are starting to tank just that little bit more now. It's not a lot more. The Wu clone is still absolutely shredding through them. But they begin to take on an extra level of defense at this point. Also, that's why I have the rolling guard. I can just get out of things like that, no problem. Get this one in the back. There it goes. Thank you. This is say it's too lazy to farm credits and endos. Just bought a handful of legendary cores, 150 plat. I mean, you still pay 1 million in credits just to get the legendary cores. Oh, fair enough, but it's yeah. Not sure how much that works out. I can absolutely understand on the endo, but I was purchasing quite a lot more endos worth in the sculptures. But fair do. If that's the way you want to do it, go for it. Now I've got to watch out here. Those bombs can absolutely wreck. Which is again why I have Wukong and Rolling Guard. I just need one more point. I think that point just dropped here. There we go. Let's go turn these in. I've got no energy, so I'll just let it jump over. It's fine. What do you mean your mods are broken, Zomtronic? What's broken with them? Also go find the next enemy to tear us under. Oh, you got that one. I'll take out the next ones. Where's my point? Where's my point? Why is this guy level 101? I don't feel like we should be at level 101 already. This feels too early. Razor Wing isn't working. Ah. That would be a problem. Aura disappeared before starting. No, you've got your aura. Physique is definitely there. Grab that. Kill this one. Thank you. Summon this again. Where's the point? Oh, come off it. It keeps on hiding the points from me. Where is it? I know I didn't pick up this one because I didn't hear the sound. Where is it? Alright, game's being a bit weird, actually, yeah. Oh, a different way to farm Sevagoth. Yeah, good luck on that one. In fact, no, there are two ways to farm Sevagoth. You can either farm Sevagoth or you can farm Platinum. There is always that alternative. Always that one. Some things it's looking more and more viable by the day, but you know. To be honest, farming Sevagoth wasn't that bad for me. I don't imagine it should be too much hassle if you've got a decent Railjack and a decent Railjack team. Oh yeah, absolutely, Zomtronic. Razor Wing Vacuum will steal points away. I just didn't see that you were near to me at the time. If you were, fair enough, that explains that one then. Alright, let's turn these in. Done. Bang. Beautiful. It's quite a jump up. If you're at 14 points and turn them in, you get 18. But if you're at 15 points, you get 23. A huge jump. And just like that, a whole bunch more credits. Nice, lovely 950,000. The mission reward screen is currently bugged to not show you how long the mission was when you go back to it. That's really stupid. But yeah. Alright, I'll see you in a sec, Zomtronic. Whilst you do that, Ditterox also picked themselves up a ribbon raffle tickets. Let's add that onto here. Ditterox now has 1. Just to double check with you, Ditterox, are you both MR8 and at least MR8 and on PC? But you do need to be that to be able to claim the ribbon if you are a winner. You are? Perfect. I think saying there's also a Sevagoth farm where you wait for the Prime version to release. Okay. First of all, that's a long time away. I get the joke, but that's still a long time away. And second of all, you won't be able to put the Prime into this. You do still need yourself a Sevagoth. You know. Also, Gloom is quite a strong ability. I don't really use it because I'm just not a fan of that particular playstyle, but Gloom is a very, very, very strong ability. So ignoring that option through Helminth is kind of doing yourself in a little bit there. So many people complain about the farm on Harrow, and it's understandable. For a lot of people, you kind of get to Harrow's quest after previous quests where things like Limbo Theorem, Hidden Messages, you get yourself the full frame, bam, there you go, you're good. You go through assassinations all up along around the star chart. It's like, yep, frame, 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 easy. And then you get to Harrow. You'll do Chains of Harrow probably somewhere around this part of the star chart, Neptune, Pluto, Eris, that kind of area, I think, is where a lot of people kind of actually connect with Harrow. I could be a bit off there, but it feels like it's around this location where people typically do Chains of Harrow. You're like, okay, cool, let's get Chains of Harrow done, and then I'll get the frame. I've already got one part because everyone has a million Harrow chassis. How do I get the rest? And that's when you get your first proper terrible farm. It's not the worst out there. We all know that now after the video I put 2 weeks researching into. But yeah, it's a bitch. Nidus is another nasty one, absolutely. Nidus definitely deserves that very high spot on that video I gave him. I know a lot of people complain about the non-inclusion of frames like with Baruch, with Grendel, about how, oh, those ones take so long to farm, you got a million different time gates to get your way through. It takes you about 20 years to get Baruch. I get it. I get it. You know, it feels rough. You have to actually gain some requirements to unlock something in a progression-based game. It feels a bit harsh to actually have to, you know, get somewhere first. Okay, maybe that complaint isn't so valid. But also, some people saying it counts as farm time are ignoring the fact that farming is specifically talking about spending time on that grind. No one grinds out Fortuna just for Baruch. No one grinds out the star chart just for Grendel. If anyone is doing that, they're a complete moron. But yeah. That's why I've not included those. Those ones you basically just purchase from their respective stores. Alright, Zomtronic, are you back online yet? Let me give you a quick invite in case you are. You are, there we go. And if anyone else does want to join for the index, you are more than welcome to do so, as long as you're on PC. Disney saying, I want Gloom on Sarin because I like her a lot. I haven't got lucky on drops yet. But you're not in a hurry. I mean, that's fine, yeah? Don't forget the core of farm RNG. Oh, yeah. That one can be a bit of a pain to deal with, especially if you haven't got a nice pre-made to jump into. Oh, you got core in 2 hours, Crisis. Nice. All right. What was that? 2 hours of getting some really good plat drops and relics and then just buying core outright? Does feel like the more reliable way to get it quickly. That's the thing, it's all chance-based, you know? For some people, they'll get stuff very, very quickly. For others, they'll take a long time. And it's not going to be consistent either. One thing you'll farm really quickly, the next thing will take an absolute age. Now, for me, I got Sevagoth ridiculously easily. But then when it came to Equinox, it took an entire stream to get Equinox. Despite the fact that I say on the video, it doesn't take that long. Now, granted, we weren't exactly being very efficient with that. We were using random frames and random setups. We were not being effective at all, but even the RNG did mess us up a bit. I'd say overall, the biggest component to anyone struggling with the times I've given is someone who simply does not have the clear times necessary to get up to them. That's completely understandable. A lot of things are going to be farmed by people who do not have fully formed optimized gear like I do. That's going to happen. I mean, mine's not even perfectly optimized. I play this game every single day, near enough. But it does go to show that a lot of the farming time in this game does come down to the gear check. Also, I've not been using my Woo clone. Let's fix that. There we go. So I'm trying to say, have to use physique. Usually you have sealed charge for extra points. Maybe I accidentally sold it. Oh, okay. Oh, hello. I was invisible. I didn't even notice. Wasn't paying attention to the map. I'm wondering how you could have lost your steel charge, to be quite honest, because you should have your mods ranked up and never be disposing of mods which are ranked up. I'm not quite sure how you managed that one there, Somtronic. That's a good one. And that is very definitely not a good one. Look at that, I'm barely having to kill some of these ones. Oh, what do you see? What do you see, boy? Oh, they're over here. Oh, okay. Oh, two of them. Ha! I didn't even hear the death sound. They just died that quickly. It's true, accidents do happen. If you ever have an accident with a serious selling mistake, say for example you accidentally sell a frame which has like 5 form on it, or just any amount that you really did not want to lose by mistake, definitely get straight onto Warframe support. Don't spend the money you've got, don't mess around with it any which way whatsoever. Get straight onto Warframe customer support. Because if you start using what you've got from the sale, or from a purchase if that be the case, then support's probably not going to help you. Others on this channel have had that experience. Say for example, I think someone spent like 500 platinum on Former by accident. No, sorry, I think it was 5,000 platinum. It was a lot of platinum on Former they did not want to have. They accidentally bought that. Unfortunately, they only went to contact customer support after they used up a few of those Former. That's why they were buying it in the first place. They wanted a couple, not all of them. At that point, support said, well, in using up the Former, we can't refund the purchase. They don't exactly, they don't support buyer's remorse to that extent, I guess. There you are, Ministers, bringing in exactly the anecdote we're talking about. Selling a God Roll Riven for Endo. Like, no, can I have that back, please? And yeah, that's a perfectly legitimate reason to contact support. Go for it. Oh, hello. Enemy back here. Grab the point. Thank you. And he'll say, sold my Zoris. Can't be more disappointed. Again, if you've contacted support about it, they can help out with that kind of thing. If it has been a while, they probably won't. But you can speak to them about it. Certainly if you've sold it and then filled the weapon slot with something else, they're almost certainly not going to help out. Because at that point you have benefited from your decision there. So they probably wouldn't roll that back. Who keeps marking something? There's nothing to bloody well mark. Unless they mean a mod, in which case we're going to get there eventually. Chubra. He'd be saying, hello, engineer. Do you know how much about explosive the domain? Or do I know much about it? I know a fair amount. So I don't understand why people say duration isn't important. Or is it duration infinity? Okay, so I'll need to have a look at the stats again. I remember that duration isn't as important as it feels like on that mod. I'd have to double check on that. Nope, not like that magnetic proc. Let's just do me for a bit. But yeah, duration isn't actually important on the explosive domain. I can bring up after this my build for Mirage using that mod. I'll show you the one that's been working for me. Alright, you take care, Ditrox. Sorry, Ditrox, you put in a Riven raffle ticket. Remember, you do need to be here at the end of stream to be able to claim that if you do win it. So if you aren't here at the end, it will just be re-rolled to someone else. Just be aware of that, mama dude. If you do have to pop out, that's fair enough. You take care. That thing is annoying. That thing is really annoying. I'm probably going to lose a life to that. That keeps up. Where's that point? There we go. Oh, I've got 24 hit points in index. This is a great plan. Much better. Oh, enemy spawned behind us. And we can go to round 2. Alright. How are we doing on the kills so far? 62 for me. Total of 13 for the rest. That's about standard. Wukong is good. One behind. Let's go take him out. Next one should be up over this way, given where everyone else is clustering. And what do you know? They are. I overshot that. It's very helpful if you know how to actually aim in this game. This is half the time. If an enemy isn't dying straight away, it's because I just straight up miss. Enemy behind, let's go ruin their day. Again, we're getting to that point where the enemies are beginning to resist us a bit more. Not a lot more, but a bit more. Am I using a Riven? Nope, no Riven on this build whatsoever. This is a radiation cold build, no Riven involved. Where are those points? Should be some here. I think they got swiped. Who keeps marking things? What is going on here? Why are you marking things? What? I don't understand. Some people are just odd. It wouldn't irritate me if not for the fact that marking is usually because you got something worthwhile to mark, and there is nothing worthwhile to mark on this mission. Nothing. Ah, there's still translocators everywhere, god damn it. Mind showing you how to run? Yeah, I can absolutely show you how to run. Alternatively, you can also have a look at the form and build guide. They include not just the index build, but 4 different form and builds there. I don't have it updated for internal bleeding, so you can take the hunter munitions one and swap in internal bleeding. Yeah, I have got it up on there as well if you need it after the stream too. The Foreman's such a good weapon, it deserved its own build video. Ah, I missed the jump. Hello. Okay, seriously. You can't kill the enemies yourself. How did you get to MR22? Stop marking them. These ones, you just get behind them, it's fine. I've noticed I've actually lost my Woo bonus along the way. Let me get some more energy. Again with the mark. Actually irritating me. Somehow I feel like that's not Zomtronic over there. Can I have some energy, please? Can I have some energy, please? Can I have some energy, please? I'm actually just going to stand still till it gives me energy. Ah, right. I think I know what the issue is. Necros. So, Necros causes orbs to spawn everywhere with Desecrate. I am really low health as a result. And as part of that, I think there can only be so many orbs on the map. So these orbs from Necros are actually breaking the energy spawns, which is one of the reasons you don't really want to be doing that without giving us another way to get energy. It's definitely a problem. Dispensary, as Evie points out, is another way that can break. So, yeah. That's kind of messed up. We get ever so slightly more mods. Technically 65% or up to that. Ever so slightly more mods, and now we have energy issues. So I am definitely done at the end of this round. And look at that. Now, this is the cost of it. I am now going through those bonus lives. The dispensary can break it, but this isn't dispensary. This is a Necros issue. I'm going to pick up all of these health orbs. As many as I can find to see if I can fix this map for us. Because I've got plenty of health that needs fixing. Oh, I'm losing some more health. That's nice. That'll allow me to pick up some more. Screw you, mate. Ah, damn. Now I'm at my max health again. Alright, that'll have to do. That'll have to do. Let's turn in this point. Yep. That max health again. Oh, it's put me up to max. Damn. Alright, well, that's as many of those orbs as I can pick up. We're just going to have to see now. It looks like they're still not spawning. Yep, they've completely and utterly broken it for us. Stop marking enemies. Jesus Christ. This might actually be one of the more infuriating pubs you can come across. A rhino carrying points until the game loses shouldn't be a problem. Because you can just, get kills yourself. If the rhino's hoarding all the points, you're not doing a good enough job of killing. Pure and simple. But things like this, there's absolutely no defense against this level of just mistake, really. You could fit an equilibrium mod, that would fix it, because then actually no it wouldn't. You'd still need to have a drop of health. Yeah, there's not a way I can think of. The only way around it would be, as Eva points out, self-damage, and well, that went the way of the dodo. Yeah, I'm gonna have to start bringing Zeneric in case we come across more of these Necroses. Oh, bollocks! There we go. I didn't even notice that was shooting at me from up there. Yeah, Zeneric is the way around this in terms of the energy spawns. Not ideal because you can't proc things like Arcane Energize for frames that need that. And it's no good if you have a drain ability either. But it's a way around it. Currently have enough for 14 points, but we are 28 away from victory. Ow, that's going to hurt. Falling guard out of that one. This is also why I have multiple forms of defense. Yo, Gnarly McBadass. First of all, gnarly name. Second, what's up? Just seen a couple of your videos. I just happened to see you streaming, so I figured to stop by. Oh, welcome indeed to the channel. We're doing a whole load of index today because I am pre-farming credits for the new mods that are coming out next week. I imagine they're going to need a lot of credits, and I don't have a lot of credits, so we're fixing that. This round has gone a little bit tits up thanks to a Necros. I don't have Zeneric to fix that, and the what's it? Who's that character? Yeah, the Necros. It's actually the Necros who's marking all the enemies as well. Like, bruh. And the Necros died. MR22 and completely messing up the round. I love it. Fix it by breaking it more? I can't. I can't. You know what, Evo? This would definitely be a contender for Why Your Squad Hates You Part 2, wouldn't it? Marking things at random, for no good reason, continuously throughout the whole mission. As if you're summoning people to say, hey, can you do this part of the mission for me? I don't have the equipment to MR22. Reason number 2, bringing Necros to the index without giving anyone a source of energy. Oh, I'm not bringing my own dispensary. No. Don't need to be doing that. Also, dispensary wouldn't help me right now because dispensary requires energy to cast. How am I going to cast dispensary when I have no energy? Figure that one out for me there. That's why I say Zeneric is the solution in this case. Oh, I have 4 points. I'm just going to turn these in. There we go. Job's done. Let's get out of this damn squad. Jeez. It doesn't affect point drops, no, Medicinus. What Necros is fixing is, well, I say fixing. What Necros is doing is giving you more mod drops. So he brought Necros there, getting himself a whopping 6 kills to 2 deaths, and completely ruining our clear speed by removing the energy I could pick up. But he did that so we'd get 65% more gold mods. Now I'd like to show you how long the mission was, but it's going to bug out and not show me now. Let's just leave that and I'll re-invite Zontronic, who doesn't break the game. Except for the bit where they don't appear. Let me do it this way. Hello, Muddy Suds. And yeah, it is essentially Treason Day to us. Okay. We don't really care that much. We honestly really don't care. It was well before any living time for us. So y'all are just another country. Breakaway colony. But yeah, it is effectively Treason Day. But when you think about it, if we consider your Independence Day Treason Day for us, then we'd be having a Treason Day like half the year. Got a space for a non-Necros player? Absolutely easy. Send me a message in game, I'll bring you on in. Oh, fair enough, Nuts. Fair I do. But yeah, this is the Foreman build. Someone was asking for it earlier. This is the Foreman build I've been using at the moment. We got, of course, your base damage, your multi-shot,
Another satisfied
your crit
customer.
stats, extra damage here. That one's probably going to go with the update. In fact, that one's certainly going to go with the update. Yeah.
Another satisfied customer.
Yo, Nine Badass and... That's how they name say. Sorta Jerife? I want to say Sorta Jerife. Thank you very much for following the two of you there. Absolutely. We got these there. Your 3 elementals. We've gone for Radiation and Cold. That just absolutely blasts through the corpus. Got Wildfire because we don't need the status. Instead, it gives us an extra shot. That's a good thing to have. Let's bring in Evie here. It's apparently in the morning. Alright. Want to guess down under? But he said saying it's not treason if Britain never owned Texas. Does anyone really want to be proud of owning Texas? Am I really now? I've heard about the power issues over there twice in the space of 1 year. Gotta say, that's not really an inviting thing. Also, he was saying, can you check the Mirage Explosive Journeyman? Ah, yes, you did ask about that. So let's just quickly check out that for you. Which build do I have it on? Here we go. So yeah, you can see I have dumped the duration a little bit here. And that is sleight of hand. So, Explosive the Journeyman. It has got a duration on the ability itself. But the duration, I think, only affects how long the main jewel stays up, something like that. I'm not sure, actually. Let me just double check on this. I know it doesn't affect as much as you might think. Sleight of hand, Warframe. Not Warzone, Warframe. Who cares about Warzone? Ew. That's not what we're playing. Yeah, so it affects the blind duration and the trap duration of the main trap. But the augment... Yeah, duration is not affected by ability duration. They just stay out for 60 seconds flat. So yeah, you don't need duration on your Mirage. I think the fact that I've got any duration at all is just because I haven't had a need to tank it any further. So yeah, that's pretty much the deal on that one. I could swap out Streamline on this build over for, what's it called? Fleeting Expertise. But with this, I still have access to Hall of Mirrors and Eclipse on demand, even Prism if I really feel like it. Whereas if you swap out into this, with no duration at all, this ability becomes completely functionally useless. All 3 of these. I mean, look at that. Duration 1.5 seconds. It's not happening anymore. So stick with the Streamline. It's not as efficient, but it means I can still use these ones on demand. Which is nice to have. But he said saying, okay, that power freeze up was a fluke. We aren't built for 7-degree Fahrenheit weather. Okay, and what about when the power issues started happening in the heat as well? I mean, you can't say it's a fluke for the cold and then also a fluke for the heat. Like, other places aren't having that issue. That's just Texas. Doesn't really sell it to me. I also noticed Zomtronic has gone and got themselves a Riven raffle ticket again. That's your full 5 today, I think. So let me update that on here for you. There you go. It's also over 100 degrees. Still not an excuse. Texas is known for being hot, right? So make things ready to be hot. You were saying South Africa with the load shedding? Yeah, South Africa is another country that's not exactly doing it right now, are they? Now, let's see as well. Someone asked for the Mesa? Oh, so I was trying to say, whilst you're at the Arsenal, can I see Mesa? Yeah, sure. So my standard Mesa build we got going here. It's a no former one. I don't former most of my frames. You've probably noticed at this point, I don't hyper optimize them. That's why a number of my mods aren't max rank, because then they all actually fit and I can use them. It's funny that. Some people on YouTube don't seem to understand that you don't need to bring everything up to 20 million former and 5 bajillion endo into everything. This is still effective enough as a general build. So the idea behind this, the range, you don't really need range for most things that Mesa can pull off. I've replaced Ballistic Battery with Dispensary because she does like a bit of energy and health. So Shooting Gallery is nerfed. I've lost a radius on that one, but it doesn't really matter because I don't really care about this ability. Shatter Shield and Peacemaker are absolutely slamming it home with this setup. I could take the strength higher, but as a general build, it doesn't really need it, which is why I'm not focused on it. I think I should also have a tank Mesa. Is this tank Mesa? This looks like it might be my tank Mesa, yeah. So I've gone for Prime Sure-Footed to avoid knockdown just generally. We got the Prime Vigor and Redirection for lots of shields, just as a general thing, and a little bit of health along the way. Rolling Guard, Adaptation, even more defense. Obviously you stack that with Shatter Shield, more defense. And then I got Vile Rush because why not? It's a free ability and screw the one that's originally there, it's just useless. And he'll saying putting a form on a frame is a cardinal sin? Nah. Do what you like, really. If you can afford the time and effort, go for it. It's gonna sneeze. Not sneeze wants to wait. Okay, that's gonna come out at random at some point. Now, regulators. I've not looked at these recently, but let's have a look. I have put a couple former into these. I think the build is probably going to need another former or two with the new mods coming out. As you see, we've basically gone for your typical Hornet Strike, crit mods, lethal torrent, barrel diffusion, and then the rest is to figure out what you're actually hitting. I've currently got it set for corrosive, but you can set whichever damage type you need. And then anemic agility for that fire rate, it just works wonders. You get even more fire rate, you've got no ammo concerns, so why not fire faster? Overall, this just kind of gets the job done. So yeah, that's the details of it. It's your standard kind of secondary setup for the regulators, where you don't have to worry about a magazine because there isn't one. What makes you prefer Speed Halter? Yeah, go for it. If we look at frames, the only ones I've actually formed, if we just sort this real quickly, I have formed Lavos, Gara, Octavia, Sevagoth, Nezha, Volt, Wisp, and Zaku. And that's it. That's all of my formers. And even then, Wisp I've only done once, Nezha only once, Sevagoth had to do 2, and 2 on other bits of it as well. The only one that has gotten loads of love from me is Lavos. And that's because he needed the Umbral. He really needed the Umbral, so I gave him the Umbral. So yeah. But let's get back to Wukong, let's get back to the credits, let's get back to absolutely devastating the index. Let's make sure we are on the index build for all of these. Yes we are, and let's switch to Xeneric like I said, to avoid having those difficulties once again. Very strange, I appear to have just lost hearing in my right ear. 1 second. I'm back. Okay, that was weird. That happens from time to time. Alright then. Let's get some more credits. Oh, hold on, says Evie. Oh, what's up? What's up, Evie? Better have a good reason for me to hold. Is that tea or coffee? This in my Kengineer mug is quite obviously going to be tea. A nice, actually kind of cold brew at the moment now, but tea all the same. And because it's been brewed correctly, it still tastes nice even when it's a bit on the colder side. Come on now. I don't have a logo like mine and put coffee into it.
Yippee-ki-yay!
Oh, thank you very much for the subscription there, Evie. Welcome indeed to the fullest of connection to this Twitch stream here. Enjoy your lovely new badge, lovely new emotes, and my gratitude. Thank you. Evo, please tell me you have not actually put 6 Former into Excalibur. 6? 6? Ah! You disappoint me. You really do. I mean, was it worth it, Evo? Was it really worth it? Chroma is 10 Former, including 3 Umbra? Triple Umbra. Chroma, you must have been very upset when they did the self-damage change. I mean, that much into Excalibur just feels so rough, Evo. I can't think what you would put into him that's so worth that amount of Former. Like, what build are you running that really needs that much Former? I mean, really now. Ah, they've got Translocators everywhere again. God damn it. These little shiny pads are an absolute menace. At that point, drop. That point just vanish? Oh, okay. Like, you see what I'm able to pull off in... Oh, damn it, Titania. In pretty much every mission with frames which have between them 1 to 3 Former. And you're telling me you're putting 6 into stuff? For guns, I can understand it. Guns absolutely have so much that needs to go into them that they ask for that much Former. Frames, I just can't see myself using that much. When you make a build and decide to switch it, I mean, at that point it's easier just to get a new Excalibur, isn't it? Screw formering the original one time and time again. Just get yourself a new Excalibur. It's actually going to be cheaper too. If you like a frame that much, get 2. One of the reasons I have a second Foreman is that it's ready. If I find I need to have multiple different Former setups, I'm just going to Former that one instead. Oh, I've accidentally picked up too many of these points. I've been kind of just killing. Let's turn these ones in. There we go. No problem whatsoever. That's an enemy that spawned back there. Let's deal with that one, thank you. And it's dead. I think there is a nearby Titania again.
Another satisfied customer.
Yo, the Master of 04JUL21. Thank you very much for the follow. Glad you're enjoying the channel. Been here saying my most Foreman thing is my Foreman. Yeah, the Foreman really, really needs the Formers. There's no way around it. It just needs them. And the new mods that are coming out are no change to that either. It's still going to need them. Let's put 6 Former Excalibur, 3 Umbra for the meme. Why Excalibur? I mean, that's just pain to me. That's just pain. Excalibur is honestly one of the worst frames to have ever been conceived of. He's just Swords Boy. That's all he's got for him. Swords, and he's not even that good at it. In case you haven't guessed, I really do not like him. He's boring as sin as far as frames go. He's the tap water of Warframes. The base for everything else to get a little bit more interesting from. In fact, sorry, no, tap water suggests that he is the starting point. No, he's worse than that. He's the bilge water you find in your gutter of Warframes. Frankly, intolerable to be around. Oh, there we are, that's just died to my clone. I'll take that, thank you. Yeah, the Foreman having no base polarities does really hurt it. Just imagine when Foreman Prime comes out. Oh, those two juicy polarities it's going to start with. That's going to be gorgeous. You were saying, but he has plus 10% attack speed. Oh, wow. You know what Wisp has? Plus as much attack speed as she damn well wants on everything. Ooh, an extra 10% on my sword. No one cares. I get more attack speed by accident. Excalibur. Hey, I have 10% more attack speed on my melees. Wukong. Yeah, I just have a clone which has all of the damage again. He's an aimbot. Also, I have 3 bonus lives. Like, come on, Excal. What are you doing? Ooh, let's get away from that. Blow it up to free my clone. In case you're unaware, yes, you can blow up the traps that the Corpus NPCs set down. They do not just have to be suffered, you can get rid of them. Just like Titania can get rid of the points I'm trying to collect. I'll just turn these in. Oh. Let's continue. But saying, I like Excalibur, solo cleared the star chart with Excalibur when he started. Not a piece you have to think, not just hit 4. I mean, fair enough. Fair enough if that's what floats your yacht. It definitely doesn't float mine. There's a point. Part of the reason I like this game is the power fantasy. So, having a frame like Excalibur, which is neither fantasy nor power, kind of bitshit. Ivy Furiosa, hello there. Happy Treason Day indeed. I mean, you know, I've got some of the remaining tea. They didn't get all of it. How do I have 72 ammo? My build. So I'm using, I believe it's called Wildfire. So rather than the 60-60 heat mods, I use the one which gives me a bit of heat to get that radiation still, and a bit of magazine capacity, which gives me that extra shot on the Foreman. Because who needs a status? I mean, Mag is not a bad starter frame, really. She's not amazing, but she's really not a bad one. She can recover shields, she can crowd control enemies pretty damn handily.
Another satisfied customer.
She has a not terrible damaging set of abilities overall. So she's not the most capable, but she's not a bad one. There's a lot of enemies up in this spot. And yo, it's Memarcy23. Thank you very much for the follow. Glad you're enjoying the channel. Alright, seriously, where's all the points? Is Titania just scooped up every single one of those I got there? I think they did. Can I make the jump? I can't make the jump, I have to fly it. Damn it, I'm too late. I must say, I just like him because of his deluxe by Liger. I mean, if there's some nice skins going around, fair enough. I haven't really looked into deluxe skins all that much. About the only deluxe I have is Zephyr because it was gifted to me. Oh, damn it, Titania. Zephyr because it was gifted to me, and then Equinox because I really like Equinox. Nuts nuts. That's a terrible joke. I'm not even going to read it out to acknowledge it. That's just terrible. Boom, there we are. Alright. We're on the final stretch for this round. Let's have a little bit of extra energy. But say, I think Mag is a bad starter frame. As user, you need to understand the game more than most players do. How do you mean? Her first ability pulls stuff and it takes damage. That's not really that hard to understand. Second ability, you create a bubble on things. Bubble sucks enemies in. Bullets go into bubble. Alright, cool. Not that complicated. The explosion on it, who cares about the explosion? New players don't, I don't. I'm invulnerable. Nice. You've then got Polarize. Hey, that strips a little bit of armor or shields and can restore your allies. Cool. The synergy aspect doesn't really matter. And then fourth ability, just lift everything up, crush it, and you gain shields for doing so. Mag's not that complicated. I'd say new players don't understand. New players just don't understand enough of the Warframe generally. The frame choice isn't going to make it there. You know what's more complicated? Realizing that Excalibur has a built-in weapon, which is a sword, and he summons this sword for his first ability. However, in summoning that sword for his first ability, he doesn't actually use the mods on that sword for his first ability. He uses the mods on his completely unrelated melee weapon, which may in fact not actually be a sword. If it sounds like I'm going a little bit insane, that's because it is insane. A frame with an exalted weapon has an ability using said exalted weapon, which doesn't use said exalted weapon. You explain that to a new player. Alright, fair enough, Som. If you want to switch over, that's fine. I'm just going to turn these in. Don't know how many points other people have. I'm just going to do that to announce the fact we can do an earlier victory. One of the things you can do when you're not playing with NPCs is actually, you know, turn in points sooner because someone else is probably close to it as well. Oh, where are you? There you are. Point. Swear to God, if I pick up 5 points before these guys win it, I'm gonna have to be a little bit mad. That's one way of stopping me from game 5, just steal it. Let's not say, I think you're overestimating most new players. I see MR9s and don't understand Endo what it's for. Okay, so if someone gets to MR9 and doesn't understand what Endo is, the choice of starter frame was not the issue. The fact that this person has literally never heard of Wiki or common sense is the issue. Someone gets to MR9, they do not understand Endo, they are beyond our help. Noberton saying, Valkyrie was a frame experimented on by Alan V. So were there any frames that the Grenier tinkered with? That's a good question. That is indeed a good question. I'm not too sure. Let me have a quick scroll through here, see if anything jumps out at me. Not by name. I mean, Ash was linked to the Mannix before, so potentially there's some history there, I'm not sure. Atlas, we know is Jordas Golem. Banshee, you get from Tenor Labs, and no. Baroque is a Corpus line thing. Chroma, not really, just kind of end up everywhere. Ember, nothing that we know about. Equinox, nothing that we know about. Excalibur, starter frame, who cares? Frost, new. Gara, connected to Cetus, but not connected to Grenier. Garuda, Corpus, Gorse. Yeah, no, not linked in. Grendel, not linked in. Harrow, nope. That's another on a Hildrin. Hydroid. That's just quick scrolling through. I think none of them, no. No. I don't see any of them having... I don't remember any of them having any particular connection to it, no. He was saying, I think Excalibur is definitely still the new player friendly frame just because he's easy to cheese the junctions, but all starter frames can do the junctions if you have an IQ above 22. I mean, yeah. Most junctions are brain dead. The few junctions which aren't brain dead, you just need to actually pass the gear check. That's what most people run up against. It's not the frame is the issue, it's their gear is the issue. You'll have people who, they'll put together, let me get a random ass weapon. Let's grab a different forming. So when someone says often they're struggling with the junctions, they'll have, let me see, something like this on there, and they'll have that on, and they'll have probably something like that. They'll be like, okay, I've got that, and then I got this, and I got that, that one. And you'll look at builds like this. They'll be like, look, I've got mods in every single slot. How can it be a problem? How can it be a problem? I've got mods in every slot. Look, I've got 52% critical chance. How bad can my build actually be? And you're looking like, why have you got Firestorm? It doesn't even do anything here. Slash is doing nothing here. Puncture is doing sweet fuck all here. That's just going to be on your auto fire. What is this build? Why do you have Hush? And you'll see builds like this with some new players. They may not be quite as ugly as this, but then I've seen some real shitty ones in Dime. Honestly. This build hurts my soul to look at. I mean, I don't know what's worse out of these two utility mods. The plus zoom or the hush? I just... Ugh. Yeah, I'm getting it off there now before I think too hard about it, you know? So yeah, a lot of the time, it's not this person is with a frame that's far too complicated for them to ever understand. It's this person hasn't yet learned that this is a gear check game. The skill in it mostly comes down to, can you actually get your gear together and use it? You can? Well done, alright. You've seen much worse had an ammo drum in it? I mean, you can find various things. Absolutely, there is a shitty setup for everything out there. Hello Anya, how are you doing today? Playing Flash saying, I've noticed that newer players always go for mods that have lower max capacity regardless of what they actually do. A part of that just comes down to newer players looking at their build, looking at 30 capacity and going, well, what the hell can I put on here? You know? It doesn't feel right to have 8 mod slots. You put on a Serration for 14, you put on a split chamber for, what is it, like... I can't remember, is it 15 for split chamber? And yeah, okay, cool, that's 29 capacity, now what? I've used 2 mods. Which kind of sucks. But that's why a lot of newer players will use the lower drain mods, seemingly for no good reason. All good eye on you? Blended. Don't forget as well today, guys, we have got the Riven raffle running as per usual. Today is for a melee Riven. So if you want to get your hands on a Veiled melee Riven, which you never know, after the update, that could open up into one of the new weapons. It'd be very, very shiny to have. So if you do want to get yourself one of those new... Well, if you want to get yourself a Riven for a chance at those new weapons having a Riven for it, get yourself a Riven raffle ticket. I'm trying to saying Frost would give me a lot of trouble because my guns were trash. If I use melee, I'd often get frozen then deleted. Yeah, but as you say, it's because your guns were trash. Gear check. Just get rid of you. The index is no different, it's a gear check. You don't have to be smart to do this. You grab yourself a basic ass Wukong, you grab yourself a full one with the build I'm showing you, and you just kind of walk all over it. Hey, look, I didn't even know that guy was there. I just looked over and he was already being shot at by the Wii player. Shit's given in negative values at this point. Any points out here for me? No? Okay, cool. I'll fly. Enemies in here. Let's delete them. They're deleted. Thank you, that's mine. Nobutan saying my clan leader left before he unlocked Wukong. Well, that's rough. Sounds like you need a new clan, to be honest. Oh, okay, this is an early time for me to have taken lethal damage. I've not been paying enough attention, apparently. Whoops. That was stupid. That is the 10% skill right there. If you're not actually paying any attention at all, then yeah, you will.
Another satisfied customer.
That one was on me. Yo, Sizzlock, thank you very much for following. Glad you're enjoying the channel. Good. Okay. Oh, okay, that's an invisible frame. Let's see if he's running. If he's running Ash Prime, go for it. I was wondering, why is there an invisible thing that I can't kill? It turns out it's an ally. Turns up we get killed here. Yep, there we go. See a lot of enemies up here, and now they're all dead. Thank you, let me take that point. You're dead as well. 2 more points and I'll turn these ones in once again. I mean, I will shoot at you if you steal my point like that, Evie. I will shoot you when you do that. Little thief. Let's get over there, grab that point that I just left behind because it wasn't efficient to turn in. Thank you. steal those, thank you. You didn't need those, did you? Whoever I just took them from? Evie? Yeah, it's a good thing friendly fire isn't on in this kind of mode, because we would be devastating each other every couple of seconds. Oh, now the NPC is stealing my points. That's just rude. Luckily I can shoot them. Hello, Lion of Comet. Welcome back. Happy treason day indeed. All these lovely, lovely points. WuClone is just going mad on them at the moment. Wish Conclave wasn't dead. Conclave, if anything, just kind of highlights the imbalance in the PvE game. Yeah, I've never enjoyed Conclave. I've tried it a few times, never enjoyed it. Kill that guy before he sets off whatever he's trying to do. Merry 4th to you there, Bugframe Tono. Merry 4th to you. Another year of splitting off from the English, trying to go your own way, and just ending up doing kind of the same thing, but actually somehow slightly worse. Bill Weeds. It was indeed a transaction. Anna saying, since the Verglass set, the president of turning less used weapons into sentinel weapons, what gun would you like to see as a sentinel weapon? That's a very interesting question. I've never actually thought about something like that. Mainly because sentinel weapons I just completely ignore. You know? Sentinel weapons all just suck. Because Sentinels deal about as much damage as a Mark 1 Bratton with 2 mods on it. Those 2 mods are probably Hush. Somehow 2 sets of Hush, yes. But yeah, I wouldn't really choose any weapon to get the Sentinel weapon treatment, because that's just a death sentence. Hush and Hush Prime? Wouldn't that be something? It's not even called Primed Hush, it's Hush Prime. Hello, Lazy Leon. How's life in Germany at the moment? I don't actually hear a lot of news about Germany. I am almost completely disconnected from that part of the continent in terms of news, so what's it like? Bugframe saying Sweeper is nutty. Sweeper, Sweeper, Sweeper. Sweeper. Trying to remember Sweeper. Failing. Because they're all a bit shit. Let's not saying the shotgun, Bugframe saying carrier. Well, that's 2 different things, because I'm pretty sure the... Oh wait, no, the shotgun, I was thinking the melee. The shotgun one, okay. Well, I've looked at carrier like a billion times over, and I just take the weapon off it. Either that or I'll use Death Machine Rifle, because that one I have Vigilante set on. They're all just a bit crap. Yo, some nuts guy rating in with a high 37. Hello, everyone. How's your stream been, some nuts guy?
Another satisfied customer.
And welcome, everyone. To those of you new to the channel here, I'm the Engineer, solving practical problems, player of Warframe, and about to die right in front of you. No, I might have actually escaped that one.
Another satisfied customer.
Well, welcome indeed. Where have you all come from? What have you been up to today? And welcome to all these new follows. My word, we have got some nuts go. We've got Jim the
Another
First.
satisfied customer.
I'm going to try and do this whilst not dying, which might be a bit difficult, but let's do this. We've got Emil Jolson, Lazy Dion, and
Another
3 Bacons.
satisfied customer.
I could go for the 3 Bacon right now, to be honest. And welcome, welcome, welcome. Lionic Mare saying Verglass is identical to the Galaxian.
Another
You
satisfied
still kill mooks
customer.
even in Steel Path. I mean, everything can kill in Steel Path if you're careful enough about it. It's still going to be a Sentinel weapon. I'll take your word for it for now.
Another satisfied customer.
We're just going to have the engineer very satisfied for a while at the moment now, guys. Hello, all of you. I would ask Ahmad to give you guys a shout out, but unfortunately I think the mods are currently asleep at the moment. I'll need to do that for you guys in just a second there.
Another satisfied customer.
Welcome indeed, all of you. Some that's saying great YouTube videos, by the way, Kenji. Oh, thank you, my dude. I appreciate it. What have you been up to, though, my dude? What have you been up to? I'm the Kenji from YouTube. Yeah, absolutely. I am the Kenji from YouTube, unless someone is mocking me or copying me already. In which case, I'm a little bit surprised. Raid was suggested by Oren1614 on hypothetical username. Oh, well, fair enough then. Fair enough indeed. Thank you very much for the suggestion, you two. I appreciate it. Yeah, we're at the moment just kind of screwing around in the index. Oh, there we go. We're just doing 2 rounds at a time, but it's going just fine. Maybe just 2 rounds at a time. The forming starts to tail off after that. We're gaining credits in preparation for the update because I'm going to need all of these damn credits to rank up the new mods that are coming out. There we go. That's a shout out I had normally asked me to do. I'd say he's currently out at the moment. You last playing Warframe? Awesome. I'm playing with Evie. Yeah. Yeah, Evie's joining in at the moment. Is this where I find out Evie likes to watch another content creator for Warframe? Not really a surprise, you know. I'm not streaming all the time. Welcome indeed. Whilst we wait for whoever this is to decide if they want to stick around or not. That's the public squad for you. If anyone else does want to join in, we are open to PC players joining in throughout the stream. Whenever I do Warframe streams, you are always welcome to come join on in. At the moment, we are smashing through the index. I'm just using a good old Wukong forming setup because, you know, it's absolutely stellar. Ship looks amazing. Oh, thanks, my dude. Anyway, I've got a just a few, you know, floofs along the way, lining up the setup. They do a good job of welcoming you to it. I've only got a couple floofs, though. I mean, yeah, only a couple of them here or there. Not many of them. Not many at all. Oh, you have to go? Fair enough. You take care. Welcome indeed. Have I missed any other names? I'm pretty sure I didn't say hello to SMVGL3R. How do I pronounce that name without just spelling it out? Welcome indeed. Goozy Tato. That's a much easier one to pronounce. Is it Goosey or Goosey? Sounds slightly different. I'm not sure which one it is. And hypothetical username. Welcome indeed. Gonna be lurking? Yeah, that's fair, my dude. Absolutely fine. This person's still not jumped out. Who are you? They joined in random. Like, they weren't joining, they were just in public. The lurk command actually isn't activated on this channel. I don't really understand the lurk command, so if you just want to lurk, just be around, it's fine. I don't mind. Goosey Tato. Thanks for clearing that up there. Alright, let's get smashing on this next one. Still got plenty of credits to get. Let me think. How much credits is it for a gold rank up? Gold mod to max. Let me just quickly check this. It is... Let me have a quick look here. Fusion, that's what I'm looking for. So, Endo, not what I'm looking for. Credits, I'll go back to the game in just a moment. Credits to rank 10. We need 1.5 million, that's it. Evie, you're actually correct, it is 1.5 million.
Another satisfied
So yeah, I need to have 9 lots of 1.5 million to be able to rank up every mod as soon as we get going. Do I have a stream schedule? Yes, so I stream every Wednesday, Friday and Sunday from 7 to 10 PM UK time, whether that's summertime or not. So if you click on the schedule underneath the stream, it actually shows that there. I think it should just be on the schedule tab. And Simba, welcome to the channel. Thank you for the follow. So on Wednesdays and Sundays, we always have Warframe. On Fridays, we always have not Warframe, which for the last few months has been Among Us. Because we do like to have a little bit of variety around here. Variety is, after all, the spice of life. And good evening, Shenzo. How are you doing today? So yeah, Every Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday, you'll see me here without fail. We've even done it on Christmas, because, you know, just because it's Christmas doesn't mean we stop streaming. At the moment, though, let's get some more of these credits in. A lot of people over there, they're going to take all of them. Nope, no, going to leave that one for me. Thank you. Rolling guard just to be safe for a little moment. Much better. Yeah, if at any point anyone does want to join in on these, whilst we do seem to have a full squad at the moment, you're always welcome to swap in. No problem whatsoever with that. First say, okay, dude, have a good rest of your stream. Gonna head out now. That's fair, my though. You have yourself a good one. Lana saying the character has 10 damage, 1 fire rate. Verglass has 26 damage and 12 fire rate. And about the same status. Alright, that is a considerable difference there. I'll have to have a look at this. Maybe you have found an actually viable weapon, although I would be surprised if it is more than just slightly thinkable. Well, we can see. Taking a couple hits because I've been slowed down. Let's get rid of the slowing device. Thank you. I've accidentally grabbed 2 new points. Let's just turn them in. Tree Bright Frames. I have not logged into Warframe since January. Decided to log in and check a few things. Find a huge update. Yeah, so a lot of that update is actually they're shrinking the size of the game file to make it where people don't have as much to download and install in future. It does mean if you already have the files, it has to download the different ones to shrink the file size overall. So yeah, that is going to be a bit rough for you there. But they are shrinking it down. Alright, which companion does the Verglass come with then? That's the important one, because I hope that I have it, but you never know. And I've mostly just ignored every companion weapon since most of them are just trash. Oh, the Railjack one. That'll be why I'm not too familiar with it then. Because I don't think I've got Nautilus yet. I think I've been putting that one off. We can make that a new farm then. I can get onto that. If we get all the credits for today, although I doubt we are, because it's been a couple hours. If we do end up getting all the credits needed, I can absolutely switch to that. I should have most of the parts needed at this point. I have done quite a bit of Railjack since the update that brought them out. Just don't think I have the full set. Oops, lost a life. It happens. I'll just take the bonus damage instead. I need to turn these in. My bad. Oh, look at this. He's trying to deliver all the points to me. How kind are these NPCs, eh, guys? I've just noticed as well, with the new followers we've had today, we've actually just crossed over the 500 follower count. That is a nice, lovely round number, and then we've just gone straight past that as well, which is awesome, guys. So to all 500 of you, thank you very much. Halfway to 1,000. Let's keep cracking it. Okay, someone's got all of those points there. Gonna go turn them in, right? It's gonna go turn them in, right? Walk behind him, make sure he turns them all in, right? Okay, cool. Cool. Rhino being Rhino. Good to know. There we go, alright. Icaro Alpha, hello there, how are you doing today? We're currently in the midst of some index grabbing credits for the upcoming update. I hope you're doing well yourself. On that note, how is everyone on the pre-grind? Have you got yourself your Vitus Essence ready to get the new mods? Have you got max rank with the Uncharted to be able to get access to the helmet segment as soon as it comes out? Make sure you've got plenty of endo and credits for the new mods as well, because if they are going to have 10 ranks like they show in the screenshot, that's going to be expensive. He was saying 90 fighters, rank 4 Deimos. Ooh, you need to get that next rank then. It's 20 per mod, yeah. So I've got a full 180 ready to get them all as soon as they release. Can't be bothered to farm more than that. I've got the ones I need. Actually can't see which one I'm supposed to be shooting at. Here they are. And he's down. I have too many points. Let's go turn these in. Oops. Watch Treason Day. So, over in the United States of America, they call July 4th Independence Day. Now, the British also refer to it as American Independence Day. However, sometimes we like to remind them what it really means. Those tea dumping friends. It's all in jest. There's no ill will. I mean, come on, this is generations before I was even born. I don't give a damn, really. But it's nice to have a reminder of perspective. One country's independence is another country's treason. Did I just get a raw buff? Wow, you don't get that very often in the index. Thank you, Rhino. I will make very little use of it. Didn't need to turn those points in. I'm not sure why I did that, but okay. And those of you who've been following the channel very carefully on YouTube, you may have noticed I've not actually put out a video on... Well, that's not friendly. Ran away. I've not put out a video on the helmet configurations yet. And the reason for that is quite simply, we don't have enough details. The information D has put out about it is lacking in some of the specifics. Honestly, it's just not worth trying to put a video together at the moment. I'd have to make too many assumptions. I've had to make a bunch for the mods and arcanes coming out. To extend that to the helmet system just doesn't seem right. Lazy on saying, as much as I'd like to stay, it's gone 10 PM in Germany. Got school in the morning. I mean, fair do, yeah. If you got school, definitely go to bed. Get yourself nice and rested. I can see you next time. True Bright Flame, there are 63 countries that celebrate an Independence Day from the British Empire. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. That does not surprise me. The British Empire was pretty damn big and pretty damn nasty. There are probably some good things it did, but there was plenty of bad things. So, 63 countries celebrating an independence from us is no surprise whatsoever there. I was saying, I need more Vitus Essence. Well, yeah, that's going to be a fun one to farm. You're going to have to just kind of get around to that. At one point I lost my loot, but I need to put that back. You got million endo plus 200 sculptures. Bloody hell, that's a lot of endo. That is a lot of endo. I mean, fair do. A lot. One more point and I'll turn these ones in. The Rhino got that one, damn it. No, wait, there it is. Aha! Yeah, at the start of today I had about 2 mil credits myself as well. Alright, the Rhino should be turning in his points now. Let's see if I can find the Rhino, check on him. So if he's holding a bunch and don't actually turn them in... Right, turn up again. He's got 5, 6, 7. How many do you want, mate? Game's done. Ah, looky here. I mean, at least he turned in some earlier, I'm guessing, unless he died. Did he die? No, he didn't die. Good. So he did turn in some. It's just... There we go. There we go. Okay, he might have just not been aware. It's fine. But it is a meme for a reason that rhinos do just kind of hold on to index points for no good reason. You'll see him easily going over 15, 20, 25, like, yeah, more points. No. Alright, Evie, yeah, that's absolutely fine. Pop yourself out. We're all good on that there. But to say, really got into arbitrations when they came out. Used it to farm Kuva. I mean, fair do. Yeah, that'll get you a lot of endo. Alright, gonna re-invite you, Zomtronic. Just because I want a different random or no random at all. Zomtronic saying, Ken, what's a decently easy to get and good? Also, I'm getting confused because I didn't realize there were 2 rhinos. What? Yeah, it was the Rhino Prime going around. But what's a decently easy to get and good? I'm thinking there's at least one word missing there. At least one word missing there. Alright, I was going to check for Nautilus. That's what I was looking for. Do I have the bits and pieces for Nautilus or close to it? I don't have a blueprint. Right, okay. Well, that definitely is an issue. Is that a market blueprint or is that one you find whilst you're up and out there? Okay, Nautilus, blueprint, and necessary construction can be found ice mines around Neptune Proxima. Okay, so I need the blueprint and the cerebrum. That is going to take some time. That's not right now, and yeah, I still need some more credits. I need about 15 million credits. Damn, got quite a way to go. Quite a way to go. Melee weapon. Alright. So, in the recent heavy attack melee weapon video I brought out, I named 15 different weapons. Grab any of them, you're sorted already. Otherwise, you can have a look at all the melee weapons I called out in the melee weapon comparison video. Every single one of them is a capable weapon. They are the top in each of their respective areas, ignoring Zors. And if you want to care about the Zors as well, have a look at the Zors video. Those 3 videos are your key to getting the right melee weapons for whatever it is you're trying to do. With the exception of gunblades. I've not covered those in the video yet, but the answer is Redeemer Primal Stropher. Win. Done. That's pretty much it. Yeah. If you have to pick up a single melee weapon, I really say if you're trying to constrain yourself right down to just one single melee weapon.
Another satisfied customer.
I think if you're going for one single melee weapon, I'd say the Stropher. Just because of its ease of getting. If you're trying to go for only one melee weapon, it's probably because you have a restricted arsenal. Like, you've not got loads of weapon slots, you've not got loads of cash, you can't just buy yourself Blade Prime outright, so yeah, I'd say go get yourself a Stropher. But if you have got the cash, if you have got the space, then get yourself a varied arsenal. Zed Loki say, hey, Warframe Mathematician finally live. Yes, indeed. Every Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday, my dude. Oh, you're not spawned my weak clone. That's why I'm not hearing constant forming shots. There we go. South Machete. I mean, if you want to. I'm not really a fan of machetes overall, but if you want to go for it, yeah. I ain't going to stop you. I'm quite particular of the Dokram Scythe, what with its heavy attack capability and overall damn good stats. It's a pretty nice one to have. Just make sure you get the right components. The Vargeet 2J, I believe it is. Yeah, Gwendal Prime's a very nice weapon. I don't know how cheap it is. I think it's pretty cheap. Didn't it come with Nezha? It should be pretty cheap to get. Should be the operative word here. Yeah, there is a lot of MR locks as well, so I'm trying to say. But for that, you can just go to Zors a lot of the time. If you've got your Cetus ranked up, you can get Zors really damn early on, and they are just so damn powerful. Do it. They're good. Ow. I knew I was going to hit that explosion, I still hit it. Oh wait, I can turn these in. Oops. There we go. Grab the energy, dip out. Continue fighting. Oh, look at that beautiful explosion of points. Gimme, 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 gimme. Nom, nom, nom. There's just so many of them. Why do these NPCs have so many points? Who's been giving them out? We haven't had anyone die, have we? Oh, we got a Mag Spectre that's died twice. That'll do it. Shield egg isn't MR locked? Well, it is, kinda. You have to actually get to the point where you can get the shield egg, and that's MR5. So it's ever so slightly MR locked. Otherwise, yes. Shield egg is a pretty handy one. $14 points. Need one more. Let's go kill this guy up here. Oh, I got hit in a slow trap. Where's that slow trap? There it is. Anakim is saying machete is the only moveset where heavy attacks don't stop you in place. You block cancel the second part of the combo. I mean, fair do. Fair do. When doing the heavy attack research, I'll be honest, getting slowed down for heavy attacks never seems to be that big of a deal to me. Fair do if that's how it flows for you, it just didn't seem to be that big of an issue. You're out on course with Dispatch Overdrive, Firewalker, you just run around pumping out bleed procs, fire trails everywhere. Yeah. Yeah. That can work. If you're wanting bleed procs everywhere, you can also do the same with weapons which have guaranteed bleed procs on all of the heavy attack, rather than just a part of it, because machetes only have it on a part. For all the speed they maintain, I think it's 1/5 of their heavy attack actually deals the slash. It's 1/4 of the hits, 1/5 of the damage, something like that. Because you do 4 attacks, the AoE attacks, granted, and they swing around you, but the 4 attacks, and I think it's no status proc, no status proc, slash proc, force, no status proc. Ignoring your normal status chance, of course. Without Weeping Wounds, you usually won't have the status where you need it to be anyway. If we're talking Weeping Wounds, we're no longer talking guaranteed slash procs, are we? Weeping Wounds itself is a pretty damn powerful mod, like. You don't get anything like it for any other weapon class. 440% status is a game changer. The crits, yeah, there's crits this, crits that, crits everywhere. 440% status, you go from having a weapon which might proc a slash proc every now and then, if it's a slash heavy weapon, to pretty much guaranteed, if not guaranteed, slash procs. Or close enough to it. If you have a weapon that's 80% slash, as a base example there, with a high enough status chance, you can just skip the whole elemental modding to focus on the slash against the Grineer. Or go for a very slight amount of viral. But you just can't do that with guns. Nothing gives you quite the same status boost. With the new mods we're getting, it's still not going to be that same status boost you're looking for. Oh, shit. I wasn't paying attention and walked into lasers. They weren't there at the moment I glanced over. I'm hurting. I need help. Thank you. Much better. Yeah, you're very right. The heavy attacks do more than enough damage anyway, because heavy attacks are, as I pointed out... Oh god, wow. That's a messed up screen. Heavy attacks are a little bit broken. Like, a lot of it broken. Like, terribly broken. I should not be able to put out a slash proc that can one-shot a level cap heavy gunner. That's just unreasonable. That shouldn't be a thing, and yet it's a thing. Just gonna run past all those points and turn in these ones. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not asking for primary weapons to have the exact same mods as melee. For starters, that would be ridiculous, because there'd be too much power all around. And secondly, guns do have some benefits over melee. Like, the whole reason I'm using guns, not melee here, is because they have the range advantage. Part of the reason that the Fulmin is so good as a gun is not just because of its stats, it's because I don't have to worry about ammo. I don't ever have to worry about ammo. I run out of shots every now and then it just recharges. Most guns, even if they can pick up the damage, will eventually have to start really worrying on the ammo side of things. In the Arsenal Divide video, I was recording with the Tenora Prime, for example. And you'll see throughout the video that I have the Tenora Prime happening. And then I think I've also got a scene in there where I've got the Catch Moon. Oh wow, I've got a lot of points on me. Whoops. Just go turn these in. At one point I then have the Catch Moon on the same tile set. And that's actually the same mission. The reason I had to switch to the Catch Moon was because the Tenora Prime completely ran out of ammunition. It was killing, but it was using up all its bullets in the process. And that's no good. That's one of the biggest downsides for any gun, is that it doesn't matter how good you make the damage, if it doesn't have the ammo stats to keep it up there, it's gonna suck at later tiers. It just is. Melee doesn't have that issue. Melee doesn't run out of swings. Ooh, nearly died there. Nearly died. Probably gonna die, actually. There's my Warframe vanished at some point. I didn't notice. Yep, there's the death. That was my bad. Let's go invulnerable for a bit, that's fine. I'll just pick up the points whilst invulnerable. This is why I run Wukong. I can be an idiot and mess up, get killed and still be fine. But yeah, in terms of balancing overall, I've said this before and I'll say it again, I would like to see DE put out where they intend the damage to actually be. Not just mods, not just putting out bits of buffs and upgrades and changes and nerfs here and there. I'd like to know what they actually expect the range, the profile to be, what they want us to handle. Because at this stage, I've got the weaponry at such a point before the new mods can be out, which will just completely annihilate anything on the star chart. You know? Okay. I'm going to quickly do this because there's a lot of visual noise around. I can't really see what's going on. Need one more point, please. One more point. Come on. There it is. Oh, and there's a whole bunch more now. Whatever. Yeah. I'd like to know what DE's balancing ideas are. I don't know if they're ever actually going to share that stuff, but I'd like to know it. Because then it's a lot easier to understand what kind of nerfs and buffs they're going for, where they want weapons to be. I understand, with MR locks, we're not going to have weapons all with the same level of power. Oh, that's a death trap. But we should at the very least expect to be able to understand why they want certain weapons to be where they are. Like, is the Foreman actually intended to be this powerful, or is it too far above the rest and they just ain't got around to it? Are weapons that are ammo limited supposed to be only as good as or weaker than weapons with infinite ammo? That kind of thing, you know? Because that matters a lot to balancing, in my opinion. Like I say, I think D should get rid of Puncture overall, because nothing right now currently serves to benefit or boost it. Puncture does have a bonus against armor, I believe. It's just that Slash is better by virtue of its Slash proc. The Puncture direct damage is supposed to be better against all types of armor. Is it all types? I think it's some types, maybe not all types. That kind of thing is certainly something that could be addressed in the damage types, because in the status rework we didn't get a damage type rework. We got a status rework, not the damage types. It's the same as how Blast doesn't really have a place, but they could make it where Blast could shred through more enemies, just have positives everywhere and very few negatives. Don't have that. As for internal bleeding and hemorrhage, honestly, I'm not a fan of those mods. I like using internal bleeding on my primary, on my Foreman here, because it is better than Hunter Munitions. I don't like the fact that the solution to, oh, look at this, impact isn't really being used much, was to make impact do not impact things. One of the changes they made in the status rework was that gas procs would no longer trigger toxin, they would trigger gas damage. Because they wanted gas to do gas. But then we go and get a mod to change impact into slash. That just doesn't ring. That just doesn't ring to me. And I get that we can... Oh. I really stopped paying attention, haven't I? That's my bad. Okay. First time I've died on the index in a very long time. I'll just kindly grab all these. Thank you very much. Those all belong to me. Let's go turn these in. Oh, I was one away. One away. But yeah, turning impact into slash as a solution to impact not being really that great is one of the weaker solutions. Let's dip out on that one. Overall, a lot of it comes down to the goal though. Primaries and secondaries do struggle on their own in Steel Path, but if you have supporting abilities, you can cakewalk pretty much everything. Take for example Nyx. Her psychic bolts will absolutely shred armor and shields, and then you're laughing. You're easily killing things. Infested, you don't really need abilities to deal with them. You just kind of walk through them. The most issue you have there is not having area of effect attacks. The Foreman cleaves through entire corridors of Infested, whereas something with semi-auto shots like Lex Prime is really going to struggle. Lex Kid, thank you very much for following. Glad you're enjoying the channel. Welcome. Hey, Zomtronic, don't you worry about it. No problem whatsoever. You are welcomed along without the pretense of helping out. Just the pretense of don't make it more difficult. And you did that perfectly fine. Enjoy your credits. When I was your MR, someone carried me. In however long it takes, it'll be your turn to carry someone else. You'll get there. Yeah, as I say, with Steel Path, you can definitely kill things with primaries and secondaries with ease with abilities at the moment. If you don't use abilities to help you out on that, you will struggle. Some guns, it just won't be possible. With melee, pretty much any melee, you can absolutely devastate the Steel Path. I can equip any single one of these weapons. Maybe not all of them, but pretty much all of them. I think Mark 1 Furix is about the only one here that I would look at and go, okay, maybe that's just not going to succeed. Everything else, I could probably just take over to the Steel Path right now, and it'll be fine. May get a bit touch and go, but it'll be fine. That, I think, is part of the problem. Because a lot of those weapons there, they don't have Orokin Catalyst in, they don't have Former in. I could take their base versions and still get the job done for a lot of weaponry. And very simply, that comes down to the fact that melee is exceedingly powerful. But balancing that is a very, very tough decision, or tough set of calculations to make, especially with enemy level scaling. As I showed in the enemy level scaling video, the Grineer especially get absolutely insane levels of effective hit points. So again, if you don't find a way around that, nerfing stuff to bring it into balance is just going to struggle again. Melee will take forever to kill stuff, guns will run out of ammo, you see the issues we encounter. But being able to kill level cap stuff doesn't seem reasonable to me. In a game which is played between level 1 to 40 standard, and between level 40 to 200 at high level, it's not even 200, it's more like 150 where those things cap out. Where that is your level range, low level 0 to 40, high level 40 to 150, weapons which can kill stuff at level 9,999 doesn't really make sense. It just doesn't. People should be reaching limits, and balancing around the idea of not reaching those limits seems ridiculous to me. But that's a different vision for it. DE don't seem to have that vision for the game. I'm not too sure what the vision is supposed to be. That's why I said like a roadmap on what damage they expect from weapons, what output they intend, what is going into the decision making for the stats behind weapons. Why do we receive the Prisma Machete with stats like it has? I just equip this real quick. I got this from Barrow, not the upgrade. Don't care about the mods. Got this from Barrow. Leveled it up. Probably not going to care about it forever after, because you look here at the Machete Rave, it's better in every single way. More attack speed, more crit stats, more status, more pure damage, better heavy attack damage. The Machete Rave is better than the Prisma Machete in every single way. And I really do have to ask why for things like that. Why have we got a weapon which is objectively inferior? Like saying Prisma Machete is like that since it's from Chinese build and old, shows the power creep very clearly. Yeah, I mean, something being old and weaker I can understand, but at the same time, there's still got to be a design theory to it all. We're at the point where, even with the Prisma Machete, you could use that and absolutely carve through basically everything in existence. You grab the Machete Wraith and you'll just be doing it that bit better with that bit lower tier mods.
Customer.
You know? Where's the design? And of course you got your basic Machete, which I think you only get as a login reward, I want to say? And that one is just... oh, worse. I can understand a named variant being technically better, but at the same time, why do we want so much MR fodder? These are within their own specific categories, the Machete category, which isn't exactly overfilled with weapons here. You know? There's room for more. We just don't have it. What's this as well? Nice thing about the Machete 2 is that with its many separate hits, if you're doing the spin over and over, the decent is using shattering impact on status immune enemies compared to weapons with bigger, slower hits. I mean, yeah, there is that. It is a niche case, but you're right, that does definitely exist on that side of things. If you really need to strip the armor off of enemies, a lot of the time you don't need to these days. So I'm trying to say, guns have the disadvantage of ammo. Yeah, I mentioned that, absolutely. Guns really struggle in the ammo department sometimes. Because if I grab, Tenora again, where'd it go? Of course, it's going to be further down. Let me just search. Have a look at this real quickly here. In terms of damage stats, it's not actually that amazing for the damage, but let's have a look at this here. 743 damage. I'm going to type this on my calculator, on my literal calculator I got at the hand, always, because I'm that kind of a nerd. Hello, so now I'm doing alright. Just having a little bit of a discussion on weapon balance in this game. Always a fun one. Yeah, 743.5 damage per shot. Now we multiply that by the fire rate, and that damage per shot includes multi-shot, by the way. That is pre-calculated. We've got the fire rate on this build of 19.63. We've got the crit stats here. We do, in parentheses, 1 plus 75%. That 75% multiplied by 1 lower than the crit multiplier, so 3.8. Close parentheses. So our damage, fire rate, and crit stats taken into account, we have an average damage output here of 56,190. 56k. Alright, so 56,000 DPS is what we're looking at, and that sounds alright. In 10 seconds, we burn through the entire magazine. A little bit over 10 seconds, let's call it 10 seconds. And I think Tenora Prime is something like 1400 reserve ammo. Let me just double check. It doesn't want to show you that in the arsenal because reasons. So I'm going to have to go onto the wiki for a basic statistic. Oh, sorry, it's lower than I thought. It has max ammo 1000. Okay. So with your initial 200 as well, you've got 6 reloads. You can fire for a minute, and then you're out of bullets. You have to pick up the rest along the way. And because it's chewing through so many bullets, the ammo pickups you get are also churned through very, very quickly. You can fix this in various ways. You can get, for example, your ammo conversion with vigilante supplies or rifle ammo mutation. This is a way you can get around that to an extent. But still, you need to be killing enemies fast enough to get ammo to drop, Otherwise, you are stuck to those very limited ways of getting ammunition in this game, such as using pizzas. Overall, you're adding on step after step after step, cost after cost after cost, just to keep the weapon firing. Weapons which don't have this issue, like the Foreman, I will sing its praises to the end of time because it is just that overpowered of a gun. Weapons with a recharge mechanic, you don't have to worry about that. Crappy looking magazine, the crappy looking fire rate doesn't matter because you're still getting all the stuff you need done anyway. So yeah. And I'm saying machete is from Samaris. Is it? Oh, I mean, I suppose you can get a duplicate from Samaris. Let me just check here. Machete, Warframe. Could have sworn it doesn't start at Samaris. Acquisition. Oh no, it's just from Samaris. Okay. As of update 20.6, machete is available as a random login reward. Ah, that'll be what got me then. I must have just ignored it in Samaris' offerings because it's just terrible. And then got it as a login reward. Fair enough. That'll be my confusion there. But yeah, let's get a few more credits. Ain't done on that yet. If anyone else does want to join in, by the way, you're more than welcome to do so. Just let me know as we're going through today. But if you want to get yourself some credits, I'll bring you on into the squad. Nope. Alright. Let's get some energy. Teeny tiny bit of lag there. Shouldn't be too much of a problem in terms of operator switching. I swear that was an enemy. Where'd they go? Ah, they must have portaled out. Let's start grabbing all of these points, and we're going to get these credits as quickly as we can. I'm hoping not to die this time. That was a bit of a mistake last round, or last game. Don't usually die in the index, as you guys have seen, so a little bit on the embarrassing side, but there's only so many plates one can juggle before one smashes on the floor, I suppose. I'm trying to say, we'll look out for Strofer. I do want it for my thematic Gorse, and I want Proteor anyways. Seems like a nice support. Yeah, Strofer is a good weapon to have. With the upcoming Arcanes, if they work the way that people are hoping they do, rather than the way that I've conservatively feared they do, if the stacks when you gain them refreshes the entire stack duration, I can turn these in, then the Strofer will be a very good weapon to have for that, because it's got a very capable heavy attack which you can throw out pretty rapidly. And it doesn't take a lot of setup, you can just heavy attack at a decent range, no issue whatsoever. So if you can recharge the bonus of reset the duration of the bonus of an arcane straight away with one single heavy attack kill, Strofer's going to be great for that on the Dexterity Arcane. If it is like I fear, the Strofer will still be good, just the Arcane won't be as good. Until they're actually released on Tuesday, no one's going to know for certain, aside from D, who are keeping it very close to their chest, in that I think they just forgot to talk about that detail. This is the same DE that said that units with 25,000 health at 40% left over don't happen until level 400. And as I showed in my video on the Mercy changes, that's just patently false. So, take any pre-release details with a grain of salt on that basis. Alright, Lion, alright. Careful now. One could almost say that's a little bit on the side of racism if you just start mocking a culture like that. Careful, my dude. It's fine. My accent could be much worse for my upbringing. It could be a West Midlands accent, which honestly does not sound nice to listen to. Those of you in the US or anywhere not the UK will probably be unfamiliar. with what is known as the Brummie accent. If you look it up somewhere on YouTube or whatnot, get an idea of it, you may hear little bits of it in my speech from time to time, but I mostly try to avoid having such an accent. Then saying, oi, I live in the West Midlands. Alright. I used to. I got out before it killed me. There's a lot going for it. You know, it's not Newcastle. And that's about all that you've got going for the West Midlands. Oh, you went from Wales to the West Midlands? My god, what possessed you to make that decision, Lynn? I'm hoping it was for work, because if it's for anything else, I'm really concerned about your well-being. Oh, hello. What? How many? Oh, potato died. Well, I'll just grab all of those points. You got married. Okay, that'll do it. Yeah, that'll do it. Actually, I think that's the same reason my mum ended up in West Midlands for the greater part of my life. Let's not think about it. That is the reason. Yeah. Oh yeah, Brummie. I'm saying there's also the West Country accent, as proudly sported by the Wurzel's. Yeah, there's a West Country accent. We've got an accent roughly every 5 miles in the UK. And people say this is a diverse country. They ain't kidding. We've got so much diversity, even within the so-called local population, as it were. And a number of those accents are not the prettiest. There's no other way to put it. Some of them are just not the prettiest. Athlia, hello! You're finally sipping tea out of your merch mug? You and me both. How's the mug doing you then, Athlia? I'm presuming nicely, given you're using it for yet another cup of tea. Those of you interested, you can absolutely get your own, very own, Kengineer branded mug. With, of course, Let's Solve a Practical Problem on the back there. That is available for purchase over on the merch site. So if you want to support the channel, get yourself a little bit of swag, as they call it. I'm never going to use that word again. Even just saying that, I made me cringe. Please forgive me. But if you do want to get yourself a little bit of that, absolutely go and grab yourself a mug. Or there are other bits and pieces on there as well. We don't just do mugs here. All of it is premium quality. I ain't going to sell you with the cheap stuff. After saying, doing very well, spent more time on the PC than my not a morning person mug. Oh, wow. See, now that is an accolade right there. To beat out a not a morning person mug, that is a big deal. That is a damn big deal for a tea mug. I appreciate it. If you really want to get into accents, the further north, I feel, the further north you go in the United Kingdom, the more the accents become a little bit on the curious side, I shall say. Having grown up, at least in the Midlands, I can get by on a good number of accents on most days. There's quite a few points around here, okay. Definitely avoid the bombs. When I used to work at a call centre, we'd have a number of people who either just grew up in the south or grew up in another country, and we were serving the entirety of the UK. They'd be listening to some calls I was handling. I'm like, yeah, just making my way through, let me help you with this, Mr. and Mrs. such and such. They're like, how do you even understand what they're saying? I mean, it's a thick accent, is it really that thick? Turns out, yes. Only a couple times. It happened, but only a couple times. Did someone on my team, whilst working at said call centre, have to move the call over to myself because they just simply could not understand the accent. It was too thick for them. Shenzo asking, what's the music, the song called? Yeah, let me bring this up for you. Let me see which one we're listening to. We're listening to a song called Script Kiddie by Stream Beats. All the music on this channel at the moment is all the synthwave stream beats, and all the music used is all just stream beats entirely, done by Harris Heller. This one is called Script Kiddie. The reason I use their music is because it is all completely safe for streaming. As you'll get a lot of people who like to play just random bits of music they like to come across, and that's a very good way of having your channel shut down forever by copyright. It's a big demon. Do not mess with copyright. So, yeah. Harris Heller's Stream Beats, specifically the synthwave we're listening to. I am very, very glad they have synthwave. It is a lovely genre. Easy to get wrong. In this case, I'd say done right. Let's see how we're looking. We got another 36 points to go. Ooh, shiny right there. Lots of shinies. We got people dying again. Only been 3 deaths. I feel like I'm just coming across piles of points left around at times. It's kind of weird, but you know, if I have to shoot less and score more, I'll happily do it. Do a lot of shooting normally, so not having to do as much is fine with me. Yeah, it backed itself into a corner and it still didn't survive.
You need to turn this around. Your livelihood and life depend on it.
Oh, I didn't see your comment there, Alpha, saying some places up north sound more posh than Londoners. I mean, to be fair, certain parts of London can sound really rough at times. London is not one universal place when it comes to accents. There are definitely some rougher sub-accents, which you'll get anywhere, really. Idiolects and dialects that come out of the accented areas can be a bit interesting at times. I'm hyped for Sister Parvos, and yeah, really, I am absolutely hyped for Sister Parvos. I'll be looking forward to seeing how they've gone about it. If they just copied the lich system, or if they've done something a bit different. I want to see how it goes down. Yeah, really, I'm not as hyped for. Just the style of her doesn't quite gel with me, but we'll see. She could grow on me. Initially, I looked at Lavos' design, I was like, what the hell are those armbands? And now look at it. Lavos is my second most used frame ever. Oh, screw this. So yeah, who knows? Yeah, really might grow on me, but I don't think she's going to be my first, second, or third pick anytime soon. Linecomesk, curious about Yoreli's pistol. Yeah, we don't really have any details. I'll be reviewing them as soon as I can review them, but until we have details, it's all up in the air. Come on, for the new helmet abilities that are coming out, we don't actually know the stats on most of them. The only stats... Oh, that's not my phone. The only stats we know on one of them is because they moused over it on the video. I didn't need to collect all those points. We just needed 7 to turn those in. Whoops. Look at this! The kill difference isn't so high. These guys are actually getting a decent number of kills. Actually into double digits for all 3 of them, which is uncommon. But the point difference, heck. I think I turned in a couple, guys. I think I turned in a couple. Let's leave that squad. Lynn saying they got the Kuvalich and Arago, 1 new core. Nice. Which means you'll also get yourself a login bonus if you weren't already due for it. That'll be nice. For those of you who missed it, of course, the Kuvanuko here is getting a nerf. It's going to be brought down from 4 chains to 2, which is not really going to do a lot to harm it. I also need to change off impact. It hurts to look at. But on top of that, you will get some login bonuses for having got that early adopter stuff. And I'm glad you appreciate it, Lion. It wasn't originally going to be my intention to get hold of one, but yeah. Our clan leader was like, hey, I want to get a problem poster. Anyone up for it? I was like, oh, yeah, sure, I can do it. Let's go get one. So it just kind of hangs out along with the Grand and Crowns. We got these graphite things. I've got a few of them around the place. See if you can figure out how many I've actually got in the orbiter, because I don't remember. I've got a couple kind of here, there. We got this thing. I don't know what it says. It's just there. Got another one over here. I've got these lovely little glowy lamps. Got those from Deimos, of course. I've got the sneaky little Ireton hiding in the corner here. That happened because it was in the corner in a normal position. Then the orbiter got updated and this wall came in slightly. So now I have an Ireton in the wall. And it's going to stay there until the game forces it out. Got some random barrow decoration, a couple of Githa sculptures, a couple of Himakara sculptures, a couple of Sambuca sculptures. Got these planets I'm slowly collecting. Yeah, we got a few bits and pieces around the orbit here. And of course a couple of Shorzins. Can't be mad with a couple Shorzins. Is it related to the man in the wall? Sculpture in the wall, man in the wall. Could be. You might be onto something there, Lynn. Maybe this is the item record of man in the wall. That's the lore of this one now. This is the Orokin treasure that talks about man in the wall. Let's go with that. I remember when the Shorzins came out, it's one of the few purely cosmetic, even though it plays music, I'd still call it cosmetic, but it's one of the few bits of content I was very happy to just instantly drop some platinum onto. Like, yes, I need them, and yes, obviously I purchased 2 of them, because why not? Which has a benefit. Let me just see if I can find this real quick. Is it in here? Oh, it's not, so it's going to be on this folder. 1 second, guys. Shorzin. I just pause the synths a moment. Yep, it's tuned. We load a song to memory. Oh, I need to set it to autoplay. Load a song to memory. That one there. Shouldn't take you too long to recognize what this one is. Yes, line of command. I have seen the Mistlift. I do know what you're on about there, absolutely. Seems familiar, does it? Good. It's these moments you can just calm and chill a bit. Like a zen moment to appreciate the finer things. After you say totally don't know this one. I've got a few bits and pieces saved, obviously, because you can't just have a text file with one Shorzin song inside of it. I got a few. Unfortunately, most of these, I'm not sure how they run up against copyright, and I really do not want to find out. So, yeah. That's the only one I'll play on stream. It's from Naruto? No. It's not from Naruto. It was from Digimon. It's from Digimon. It was when Pikachu met Goku. Don't you remember?
Another satisfied customer.
Also, Lynn the Pin has grabbed a Riven raffle ticket. So let's update that on here real quickly. We are closing in on the end of today's stream, guys. So if you do want to get yourself in on getting that melee Riven, you absolutely want to be grabbing those Riven raffle tickets soonish. And NCMS, thank you very much for the follow there. Glad you're enjoying the channel. Saying, I absolutely love your YouTube videos. Appreciate it, my dude. Welcome indeed. Alright, now, I did notice also, I've just missed here from earlier, Zomtronic actually also did a random frame request. I'm sorry I've not acted on that sooner. Let's do that right now for you. So for this next index run, it's gonna be Ember. Okay, I don't think I've done Ember for index in a hot minute. Pun intended. So, we'll take Ember to the index. And Shenzu has grabbed himself a raffle ticket as well as NCMS. Alright, so Shenzu. Grab one for you there. Just to double check, NCMS, have you got MR8 on PC to be able to actually claim the Riven if you win? Because you do need to have that for me to be able to trade it to you. Just checking. Do you have that? 28 at the moment. Okay, yeah, that's at least MR8. You're fine, you're fine. Let's just confirm all of these. Yeah, you're at least 8. You'll be fine. So, Ember. Let's make an Ember build for the index. Ember Prime, of course, because Ember Prime is better Prime. Let's grab our simps back, shall we? Want some more of that again? Have I got an empty slot? Yes, I have. Cool, let's make a build. First things first, we got a V polarity here, so let's give myself plenty of capacity, and if I can uncapacitize it later, then we will do. But I'll start with loads of extra capacity, and we'll think about arcanes last. Now, we're going to need defenses because Ember Prime does not have bonus lives. So, Rapid Resilience is going to be order of the day straight away. Rolling Guard is right up there as well. Keep ourselves alive. Two very good defensive picks to have straight away. I'm thinking on top of this, her main defense usually comes down to Immolation, but I don't think we're going to have the energy to support that if I'm picking up loads of points. I might try turning them in at 5 or 10 rather than 15 with Ember, because she's not amazing for this kind of play. And that's an armor reduction. We don't want that. Inferno could be a decent source of damage, but we're going to be using the Fulmin. Firebolt, again, we're going to be using Fulmin. So I'm not really going to care about her abilities. So I think just focusing on your capabilities is going to be the best way around this. So let's get some enemy sense going on. Enemy radar. I'll go for good old enemy sense, and we'll go for some vigilante pursuit. That should do just fine. Umbral set? Nah. Because you see, in terms of that, she's first of all not got amazing stats for Umbral to begin with. And secondly, when we're picking up those index points, we're going to lose all of that health anyway. So it's not going to give us a lot of defense. We're going to shield gate tank more than anything. Yeah, Ember is definitely more for mobs, Lynn. You're absolutely right. So what I want instead is ways to avoid Ember getting screwed over. Prime Sure-Footed is a good way to do that. Rolling Guard is good. Rapid Resilience is good. We can swap around like that for a little bit more capacity. On top of this, I'd like to have some mobility. So we've got Cunning Drift for the sliding, but I think Firewalker for the bullet jump is going to do us better. That covers our V slot. And then I think a bit of speed is probably a good idea. So we can have Rush, gets us running around nice and quickly. And then let's go for Arm and Agility. Thank you. Go. Just got myself a brand new cup of tea. Would you look at that? Cheers. So, with this build, let's think carefully on our arcanes here. Now, I've not gone for anything much in the way of health, but we don't have any way of restoring health aside from just health orbs. So I'm thinking is that I can actually pick up Arcane... Where is it? Arcane Grace. Not going to get a lot of health from that, but it will be a little bit. Help us stay topped up. I think that's going to be a smart idea. The other one to pick up then will be Arcane Consequence. Arcane Consequence, the benefit of that being is that obviously I'm going to be launching myself around the map. Actually, think about this. No, I'm being silly. Screw the Arcane Grace. I'm going to go Arcane Acceleration for the faster fire rate on the Fulmin. What I can do instead, tank, is Equilibrium. We swap out Armor and Agility for Equilibrium. Yes. Alright, we'll lose a little bit of sprint speed and armor, but who cares about the armor? I'm going to always be able to pick up energy, because it's going to be drained. But this is going to allow me to pick up the energy, turn it into health. That'll be a way of staying alive. Looking at all this, I can drop out the steel charge and instead go for a different V polarity. That'll go for rifle and just that extra tiny little bit of damage on the Fulmin. So this is by no means an ideal setup, but it'll do well enough. Do I want to bring a melee is the question. The answer is nah. Nah, I don't need to. I'm going to stick with Zenric. I'm going to stick with the ability to gain energy. Do I? No. I don't need the energy whatsoever. So what I can do instead is use Vazarin Mortality. Operator Arcanes. So I've got a standard operator loadout that I just don't mess with because effort. I just switch over to Operator real quickly. For the Operator, the way I run with them is these two. I still need to get Magus Replenish up to top. Magus Lockdown, Magus Replenish. Those unfamiliar.
Another satisfied customer.
Magus Replenish heals my Operator on Void Dash, which is actually very nice. I don't even need to max rank that, to be honest. It's still good. And Magus Lockdown drops the Tethering Mine, which is great for locking down an area, literally. That's very useful. And yo, Mr. Demetrius, thank you very much for following. Glad you're enjoying the channel. Welcome indeed. NCMS saying, what's my thoughts on Revenant? I think he is an absolutely amazing Warframe and well deserving of #1 tank spot. I just quickly show the Revenant build I go as a standard. This is my go-to Revenant build 0 former, and it does the job. Very similar to your 370% strength. I don't go quite 370, but yeah, he's just got as much strength as he really needs and just keeps his ass going. Arcane Strike, because I usually use him with a melee setup with this, I guess. Yeah. I really like Revenant. He's a solid Warframe.
Another satisfied customer.
Yo, JBot1111, thank you very much for the follow. Again, glad you're enjoying the channel. Welcome indeed. Let's switch back to this build we just made for the index, and let's give it a go of it. That was a challenge that's been submitted by Zontronic, a random frame. So let's index it up with this totally not index suitable frame. This is quite possibly going to be the last mission of the day as well, guys. So if you do want to get any of those Riven raffle tickets, you are your last few minutes to get in on that, and then we'll be doing the draw.
Who rules the index? Find out when the bell rings.
Okay, Evo's joined the squad. Welcome, Evo.
Let the trading begin.
So yeah, not a lot of defenses on this frame. Definitely can go wrong very quickly if I'm not careful.
Investors are eyeing those drop points.
The idea is I'm gonna just be careful. I also don't have my Wu clone to keep me alive. So I'm instead gonna be using my distinct ability to just get around the map quickly. You just joined random mission and ended up here. Ha! Wow. What are the chances, Evo? What are the chances? You join a mission, you steal my point. Okay, I see how it is. Oh, good. Just a little bit of panicking there, you know, as you do. Yeah, I haven't even got enough energy to activate that. There we go, a little bit of immortality never hurt anyone. Ooh, get away from that. But so far so good, I'm holding on to 8 points. I have 45 hit points, which is going to serve me very well, up until it doesn't. Haha, I stole a point this time. Wait, that wasn't Evo. Shit. I stole a point from the randoms. The idea of this is simply just to keep as mobile as possible so they don't kill me. I've just jumped off the map. No, I didn't. I saved it. $12. I'm holding on to it. I want to get 3 more if I can, but it's getting exceedingly dicey. Ooh, I just saved that there. There we go. Woo, nailed it. It turns out if you are going to cheese with Vazarin, you can keep your Ember alive. NCMS saying it's going to take me a long time to replace Revenant Jr. when Revenant Prime is released. Yeah, I can appreciate that. I mean, hopefully a Prime should release with enough polarities to already be at least somewhat worth the switch, as well as some bonus stats like bonus energy, bonus shields, that kind of thing. And it should look pretty damn nice, you know, that'll be a good benefit. Roll out of the way. Nope, do not want to be dealing with those. We'll get immolation going just for a little bit. Oh wait, it just ran out. No, I've kept it, I've kept it. I have immolation running just to get a little bit of damage resistance temporarily. I'll replace him as your main, yeah. It will take some time to undo the stats, absolutely. The same's going to happen to me in Lavos Prime, as and when. Now, I've got plenty of enemy radar, so I can see where these enemies are all spawning. I just don't have the same ability to kill them as I did before. Keep alive. Our main focus is definitely staying alive with this build. Oh, hello, hello, hello. What's this over here? Who copped it? Excarion copped it. Whoever they are. Well, I will just take these and dump them into here. Thank you very much. That's a bomb. I need energy right now. That was not the ability I wanted to cast. That's the ability I wanted to cast. There we go. I'm trying to reduce the heat gain on my immolate here. And that way I can keep it up for longer. Let's see, that should go from 63 to 64 in just a moment. And if it does, I'm safe. Yes, it does. Good. I can keep using this ability. That's fine. We'll keep up that damage reduction. Remember, guys, as well, if you are enjoying the channel and you want to get access to those lovely emotes, or just support the channel that bit further, do consider hitting that subscribe button as well. If you've got Twitch Prime, or if you've got Amazon Prime, it's completely free to subscribe to one channel. If you've already used up your free subscription or you just don't have that available, you can still subscribe for a few quid instead. If you have been enjoying all of it, basically. I am being targeted quite nastily here, trying not to die. There we go. 96 and I'm holding 3. I want one more point and I can just turn it in for 100. There we go. Good, turn this in, and we can get on to round 2. So even with a frame like Ember, which is definitely not the right kind of frame for this mission, you can still make things work. Kinda. I wouldn't recommend using Ember for this, but you can make it work. To have a damn good weapon to go with your not so good frame. I'm trying to say, I wonder what the brain off frame for each roll is like, kind of how Mesa feels for damage frames. Oh, that's an ace. Awesome. When it comes to healing, Trinity. You just press 4 every now and then, everyone goes up to full health and has some amount of damage resist. The crowd control, probably Vauban. Oh, we're using up energy, let's crash that down again. I say Vauban because you can just put down your 4th ability and again, just all the enemies are dealt with. You don't really need to pay much attention to it at that point.
Another satisfied customer.
Yo, Octavia Shui. Thank you very much for following. Glad you're enjoying the channel. Ooh, we're getting more points. Don't land on the stop. There we are. Roll to keep myself alive. Get rid of these translocators because they really mess up killing these enemies sometimes. They just start teleporting all over the place. Holding on to 13 points. I have 18 hit points as Ember. This is never a good plan. Yeah, I have an electric proc. I don't want to deal with that. Let's go invulnerable. Which also binds these guys in place. A little bit cheeky. 15. Yeah, Rhino would be the brain off tank. You've also got things like Revenant, because Revenant, rather than it being damage and hit point based, Revenant's defenses is number of hits based and also stuns enemies when they hit you. So he can also be a very effective one. That's friendly. That one's not. Let's see, when it comes to Brain Dead Stealth, you've got Ivara. You just can't go wrong with Ivara for Brain Dead Stealth. You put on, what's it called? Infiltrate, and you're sorted. For Brain Dead overall support, you've got Wisp. Put down your motes, win. Brain Dead not even using abilities, that would be an Aros. Let's just give some invulnerability on her a second. Hydration, Loki, Brain Dead Stealth if you're not hunting. I mean, fair do. Yeah, Loki does definitely lend himself some extra benefits on the whole movement side of stealth. And then if you want to get so brain dead where you're not even doing the killing, you've of course got Wukong. That's pretty brain dead too. NCMS saying Revenants 2 makes him status immune, numbered damage you can take, and reflects damage. Yep. Revenant is pretty damn good all round. I need to cast my third ability, but I'm not going to get enough energy to do so. Nope, just not going to get enough energy to do so. Yep, there went my defense. Shit! And it wasn't that big of a defense. I've mostly been relying on shield gating anyway, but still. That's another line of defense which has dropped. Makes me vulnerable to these things. Like so. There we go. That's the 15th point I needed. And you can see that hardcore potential right there. Boom. Alright, October Shree saying, I watched your YouTube channel, learned how to properly choose between Vire and Corrosive. Awesome, and some number killing vids I loved. Never expect to see on Twitch. I'm here, what's it, 3 streams a week? Every Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday, so you got me on your follow list now. Always look around, I'll be out. Every Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, 7 till 10 UK time. Yeah, absolutely. But speaking of 7 till 10 UK time, funnily enough, what do you know? What is the time right now? It's just gone 10 o'clock in the UK. It's a little bit past 10, but who counts the extra minutes? I don't. So that is going to be bringing us towards the end of today's stream. But don't go anywhere just yet. We have still got 2 things to do first. One is we have the Riven raffle to draw. For those of you who got your Riven raffle tickets in today for a melee Riven. And secondly, we will be raiding over to another part of the Warframe community. Because there are many other content creators out there and you should absolutely see them all at some point or another. Eva saying I should have got some enemy radar and other weapons. Eva, I've been saying this entire stream whilst we're doing the index. You need to have some enemy radar. Come on now. Don't talk for nothing, Evo. Let's have a look. We have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different people in for today's Riven raffle. I'm just going to put those names onto the ticker. Once they're all into place, we'll be making the draw. So if anyone is holding out yet, now is your very last chance to get them in. So we have Zomtronic on here. We have Disserox. I don't know if they are still around at the moment. I did let them know if they're not here they won't be able to claim it. We'll see. We'll see. We've got Shenzo. And we've got NCMS. Alright, that is all the names in, so this is what today's spinner looks like. There is a very high chance this is going to be Zomtronic's Riven, not going to lie. Ditrox is still here? Awesome, my dude. That's great news. Let's see. Is it you? Is it Zom? Is it someone else? It's... Ooh, by the skin of the tick over. Zomtronic, you have stolen it away there from Shenzo. Zom, it's all yours. I presume you are still around at the moment. I would assume so, or with 5 tickets on the line. But yeah, come and claim it. It's yours to have, absolutely. Pretty sure they should still be around because we were talking just moments ago anyway.
Another satisfied customer.
Let's see. Are you still online? I'm going to send you the invite. I think they are. And Full-Time Tom, thank you very much for the follow. Glad you're enjoying the channel. Yeah, Zomtronic, you'll be getting the melee Riven, which we got down here. Let me just grab the quick look at that one there for you. Not the way to do it, Kenneth. There it is. Find 16 Syndicate medallions. Oh, you can do that nice and easy, Zom. So we're going to head over to the dojo and get that one running. Yo, Full-Time Tom saying immediate follow for that title. I'm glad you appreciate it, absolutely. Unfortunately, this is the end of today's stream. We've just done the Riven raffle, so we are going to be raiding over to another part of the Twitch Warframe community. So let's just have a quick look on over at who we can give a bit of love to. Do we have any recommendations? I understand there was a recommendation that led a few of you to me today. Do we have any recommendations who we want to go to next? Having a quick look down the listing here. Oh, you know what? This just perfectly lines it up. We've got another PC MR27 person credit farming. This is exactly what we've been doing today. That sounds like the perfect place for us to go next, don't you think? I'm going to click on through, make sure there's nothing untoward in the way, but that sounds like exactly where we'd go. Ah, yeah, not to worry, line. I don't like to raid over to a different game than the one I've been playing. It doesn't really feel right to do. But yeah, let's have a look here. We've got someone... Oh, this person hasn't actually quite got to affiliate yet. Alright, guys, we are definitely going to go give this person a bit of love. Alright, no two words about it. He's got a nice clean webcam. Let's go say hello to Mr. Road Block. I want you guys to show him every bit of love that you showed to me when you come on through. Let's show this guy what it means to be part of the Warframe community, alright? But that is all from me today. Thank you very much for joining in. I'll get this ribbon over to Zombie Strike in a moment, and I'll see you guys again on Wednesday. That's bye from me.